So we're back in the building. We got some heavy hitters on here tonight, y'all. Listen, as usual, you know it's a blessing to be back on a Wednesday night. Some people didn't make it, so we don't just count it as something that's just happened. We just woke up and we're grateful. Regardless who you believe in, just be grateful. Um, we got some folks on here, y'all. Listen, I got my guy. I haven't had him on here in a while. And it shocked me when he said that he was able to do it, y'all. But my God, Chad, man,
What's up, brother? How
listen,
you doing, man?
I'm good. Well, Chad, I'm gonna get you to hold up just a second, man. I want to make sure that I'm public, Chad. Give me just a second. Rob, y'all, how y'all doing, man?
Good man. How about yourself?
Everything is good. Everything is good. I um I hope everybody got your sweat towel because Shell would tell you Mike Love is already on fire. He ready to jump me, but
Mike is
we
already on
yeah,
fire.
he
You should have
already
heard
on
him
fire, man. I don't
backstage.
know who I don't Rob, I don't know who dude think he's can, man, but we
Hey, Shell.
You say we're not
I'm
we're not
just
afraid of
tripping. I'm
Mike.
just tripping. But y'all, we live on Instagram. We live on Facebook, both of my pages. We're live on YouTube. So y'all listen, we gonna give the people what they want. And that's honesty and transparency. We gonna be real with it. If all of us disagree, we just disagree, but we're adults and we gonna keep it that way. I love these folks on this panel. But let me get back to our special guest outside of the panel, Chad Rose, man. Listen, I hit Chad up. I saw a post and I hit Chad up and I asked him would he be available tonight. And I'm just knowing he was gonna say, "Man, I got to work," because that's all he do. I've been wanting to ask him for some years to look at his family tree to make sure he don't have no Jamaican in him. Because Chad worked by 50 jobs. Chad always working. But anyway, um, this guy, man, all jokes aside, put on a play, his very first play. And I'm telling y'all think I'd be exaggerating when I say this. Is no offense to Tyler Perry and nobody else, but there's some good shows going on here in Memphis. Chad put on one of the best shows to hit Memphis, man, with Frenemy. And when he called me, I'm honored. And he's telling me he's honored. But the play was so well written. And he got a guy next to him, DJ, Prince DJ, man. Me and my wife still talk about him, man. He's just one of the funniest dudes ever, multi-talented. But Chad, how are you doing, man?
I'm doing great, bro. I hope it's not too loud in here, but yeah, I'm doing great, man. Staying busy. Got just finished up the film. You know, we in post production for that now, and now we working on the show, the stage production that'll be coming April 26th through 28th. So here, bro. Staying busy, man.
When are the dates again?
April 26th through the 28th.
Okay. All right. Real quick, man, put DJ on camera. Let me speak to him, man.
Man, I don't know. He done walked away, man.
He done hopped off.
He don't
Okay.
want to. It's shy, bro. You
Are
want
we
to get on
good? So
camera with me?
real
He don't want to get on
that's all
camera,
right.
bro.
That's all right. Real quick. Michelle, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. I'm doing
Awesome.
good.
Awesome. Mike Love, how you doing, man?
I'm good. I can't
Here we are.
complain.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what's up. Rob, how you doing, man?
God's sun is shining on me, brother. So we
Let's go.
good.
Let's go. So we gonna jump right in. And if y'all don't mind, I know the panel don't mind. I'm gonna start off with Chad, but before I do, y'all, let me just break the ice real quick. So most of us, if not all of us, we either actors or been in that field and or actresses. And there's been a question or some Chad put up a post, rather. I remember Chad put up a post, and I want to make sure that I clarify. I don't want to say the wrong thing. So listen to every word I say. Chad asked, he said, let me ask y'all a question. He said, for those that are complaining about not getting paid as far as acting here in Memphis, did you not, were you not told that up front? I need help. Let me know. Chad did not say you should not get paid. He didn't say you should get paid. He asked a question. So that sparked interest with a lot of people. There were other people that were putting up posts, what I understand, going live. They had some feedback, whether it was from Chad or somebody else or themselves. So this is a hot topic right now. Should the actors get paid for their time and their work? What if they were told up front, hey, this is a non-paying gig? Do they have the right to be upset about not getting paid? What if they were told that they were going to get paid and didn't get paid? So we just got a lot of questions here. And Chad, I know he got some feedback from this. So Chad, I'm gonna start off with you, man. So tell us what's on your mind, man, about that.
Man, the reason I posted it is
So, James,
because can y'all hear me fine? Is it okay? Can y'all hear me? Does I sound okay?
can y'all hear him? Okay.
Okay. Yeah, the reason I posted that because I was just hearing a lot of things throughout the industry and especially the local industry about being paid, and a lot of people were like they wouldn't do a show or they wouldn't do a project without getting paid. And my thing is, I had a lot of people complaining like, "We're not getting paid. Why we're not getting paid?" I would think that you would have that discussion, of course, with the director or with the producer if you're not getting paid up front. That definitely should be a discussion. Now,
Let's say you low, Chad. They can barely hear you. I'm sorry.
okay, I'm like, do I need to move? Can y'all hear me low? Hello?
Yeah,
Everybody saying I'm low?
it's just your back. It's just
your
your
background.
background.
Okay, let me put it on mute. I'm gonna walk out of here real quick, y'all. Hold on.
Okay. So yeah, we gonna I'm gonna try to watch the comments, y'all. Let me say this. What's going on? Let me speak to everybody real quick, y'all. Hey, that's my cousin Teresa. Hey, Hollis. Hey, Tamiko, James, Keela. Hello, everybody. All right, Chad.
All right, man. Can you hear me now? Is it okay? We all right? A little
Yes.
better? Okay,
Yeah.
amen. Amen. All right, I'm sitting outside. So I think I was hearing a lot of commotion about not being paid to do plays or productions or anything as an actor. My question was the producer or the director not giving you that information before you decided to sign up for this project? Because I started hearing a lot about it now. There's a lot of people like on the post that I posted, they were saying, I won't do anything without getting paid, which we have to respect that. You know, like in my production, when I first, Clint, I'm gonna start with number one. Clint was in my first one. I wasn't able to pay a lot. It was my very first production. But I think we had that discussion. You know, it wasn't a lot of pay, but it was pay. And I had people sell tickets as well to get paid, and I do that for my stage plays. Now going to my movie, totally different. I had that conversation with the actors and my extras. I let them know, hey, this is my first movie. I don't have a huge budget. My budget pretty much pays for the DP, which is director of photography, the guy that's going to film it, the editor, and maybe some locations that we have to do, and as well as food on set, drinks on set, so we make sure that everybody's taken care of just in case we're on set for a long time. Those were the words that I communicated to all of my cast members and crew. So everybody understood that. Now we shouldn't complain if we know that up front. So that was really my question. Like I see a lot of people like, we should get paid. And I respect that. I respect all actors. And if you feel like you have a work, have that discussion up front. It should never be in doubt. It should never be a question. When you say your first lines, you should already know what the deal is when it comes to that project.
With that being said, before I get to Shell and everybody, I saw a segment. I don't know if y'all saw this on Club Shay Shay, where Shannon Sharp was talking to what's the
his name on Friday? Terry Crews.
So
Yeah,
Terry Crews said, I don't understand why everybody is complaining about what Ice Cube paid him in Friday. He said, when he put the contract in front of me, I got paid $4,000. I knew that up front. He said, I came back and thanked him for the opportunity because it put me out there. So some people have that mindset, Chad, some don't. So just to what you're saying, Terry Crews said the same thing. Like, hey, it was understood up front.
Right.
I'm thinking I think one time I went live and this was maybe a year and a half ago. I wasn't complaining, but I was saying, hey, the next time I hit a set, the next time I get on stage, I got to get paid for my time. Chad said, man, I understand that. And he said, well, let me get my coins up now. So Chad wasn't messed up about it, but I'm saying this before I get to the panel. I couldn't get mad at nobody that I already work with. And I talk to them, hey, whatever I say from this point on has nothing to do with y'all. I'm talking about going forward because I either didn't have that conversation or I already knew, hey, this is Chad first play. This is Bianca's first play. This is Natasha Hill. Hey, I already knew that up front, so wasn't expecting nothing. But anyway, Chad, I want to come back to you, man. But let me see what the lady of the house has to say. Shell, what's your thought on this?
So I'm speaking from both sides. I'm new to the art world, far as being physical, like a physical producer. Now I've been writing my whole life, but when I produced my first play, like Chad said, it was known up front because I didn't want nobody feeling misused. Although my heart and pockets really wanted to pay, I let them know up front I can't pay cash, a monetary value. However, I can give you however many tickets you feel that you can sell and keep all that money. I don't want none of that money because I would even want to pay you for your gas for coming because the cast in my first play, I was blessed to have seasoned talent in my first play. And no one made me feel bad for not being able to pay. No one made my play feel like it was lesser than. And I didn't even know at the time my mother role, Tamiko, she was like in 32 plays at one time. And she made my play be a president's in her week to make sure she was always there because she came in as the stage director, but she ended up being the one of the leading roles, being the mother in the play. So most definitely, if you know off the Richter scale, off the Whopper Chopper, that this is strictly to really give you exposure. If you're a new talent, now we finna go into a rabbit hole. New talent be feeling like they need to be paid like Angela Bassett. I'm not down in nobody's talent. However, when the producer, the director, whoever is putting this production together, when we, and I'm speaking just from a venue owner perspective, when you put money into an actor or an actress pockets and you giving them what they're asking for without no rebuttal, no pushback on what they're saying, that's an investment. That's an upfront investment for the production. So we want to know, can whatever you're paid, you gonna turn around and make sure them seats are filled with those butts? Because if me adding you to my production doesn't bring me more eyeballs to see what I have put my heart, sweat, and tears into, I can go get somebody that's you know what I'm saying? I go get somebody from the church choir that know how to sing a hymn. If a lot of people feel like because they can carry a tune, they can do a two-step, that they are Kelly and Beyonce and they supposed to get paid these residuals. No, from the production, from the gate, it's an investment. That's why it should be understood from the get-go. If I can't pay, and if I can, what I can pay. But if you accept a free ski, and then you turn around and try to scrutinize that person and make that person seem like they got over, that's wrong. That's wrong. That's my 2 cents.
Gotcha. Mike Love.
It's funny to me, man. I've been in a lot of shows. Too many. I filmed a lot of movies. Hollywood movies, local movies, local plays, big plays. I've done it. Some of it I done for free. Some of it I sold more tickets than the people that put on the play and laughed at the little money they gave me. Because when you love this, it ain't about the money. Not for me. You know, when you love it, when you love this, it ain't about the money. Because in the end, the money will come. I can't tell y'all the last time I auditioned for something. But every movie done came out here lately, I'm in it in some form or fashion. Mike Love in another one. Gestures, good gestures. I don't care, and I don't care about nobody. Y'all don't like what I say, see me out in the streets. That's how I feel about it. If you don't like what I say, see me out in the streets. Good gestures is what we need in this town. And you may not have the money. So if you said it up front, then kudos to you. But there's some people that done stuff that don't say nothing. You got people out here that just really want to be a part of the production and they giving they all, even though they don't have the funds to make it to set. I've loaned out money to people that didn't have gas money that had lead positions in these productions. And that's just not cool. I don't care who you are. If we help each other, and that's all it is. I did something for Ben through a party, and he had us to do the good times thing. And it wasn't nothing, a few seconds. But Ben turned around and gave everybody something. I gave it back because I said, Ben, you ain't got to pay me for this. Nah, bruh. This ain't what it about. I did it because of who you are. And as much as he participate in other people's stuff, it wasn't hardly nobody in that party for him. And that's not right. And I was angry then, and I'm angry now. I bought a table at Steve Brown Comedy Show, the last one. I had 6 people that I can bring in. People that buy a table from Steve, they charge people to come in and sit at their table. I told people, just come. Just come to the table. It don't matter how much I owe. You don't owe me nothing. I bought drinks, food, soda, alcohol. I bought all that. Steve made sure everything was at the table. When he realized it wasn't nobody at the table drinking, he brought me all my money that I paid for liquor. And I told him, no, you good, keep it for yourself. He said, no, Mike, that ain't right. Here, don't nobody drink, bro. You got sodas and water. Here go your money back. Good gestures is all people saying. We know you can't get rich by paying somebody something. We know half of these folks ain't got no money no way. They just ain't got it. That's just how it is. A lot of them don't understand that this is a business and you got to operate that as such. And let me thank Robert, because I probably wouldn't be on my business level if it wasn't for him and a few other people that's close to me. But I'm on my business stuff. So when you own your business, then you know that as an actor, your talent is your business and you come as such. Now, I'll fast forward to today. I got somebody I'm supposed to be filming a movie with, and I need to talk to him. This is true. They got so many stipulations about their movie, about how you got to be here, how you got to be there, how you got to do this, how you got to do that. But not one time have they mentioned anything about any pay. Now, I don't know how y'all feel, but I'm a superstar. If I'm in your movie, it's a plus. That's just bottom line. I'm that good. And I don't care what nobody think about that. I'm that good because I got the proof that can show you that I'm that good. Now, I just flew to Chicago, flew back the same day, drove down and worked 3 days. And my work for them folks, as they treated me like a king and paid me a lot of money to come down there and film their show, and then turned around and offered me another show. So, nah, you have to be courteous. Hey, I ain't got a lot of money, but here go $20, $30. I know you had to use your gas and rearrange your job or get a babysitter. And that person, which when you doing it like that, go to the end of time with you. Because it ain't about the money now. The money will come. The money coming for me, and I ain't complaining. I think I done made, just off of my movies, 80 grand. Just off of my movies. And what are you doing it for? If you doing it, if you in this game to film movies, and I don't care who you filming it with, are you filming it just to be local in Memphis? Are you filming it for the people just in Memphis to know who you are? Or are you filming it for the world to say your name, because that's what I'm doing it for. I don't care where I go in the world. I want people to say Mike Love in another one. I saw your movie. And I don't care if the movie was good or bad. It don't matter. I had a movie that go viral and it was a bad movie, a bad scene, let me say, because I don't think the movie was just bad, but it was a bad scene with me and another character. But all the publicity I got off of that, all the love, you know how many other movies they watching of mine? Just because of that little bit. So no, I'm not angry at nobody. I chose to do the films. I don't care if it's good or bad. It's a lesson taught. You know what to do for the next movie or the next time. But good gestures is all this is. Just being polite to somebody that's taking the time to be a part of your production is all everybody got to do. That's the actor, actress, that's the filmer, that's the cinematographer, whoever involved, that's the playwright. Because I also had a playwright tell me he don't care about the actors or actresses. All he care about is the sound and the band. And I'm like, well, do the play with the sound and the band. See how many tickets you gonna get
All
then.
right, so man, that's dude. I try not to cut in, but to say that, man, that
Buddy,
this is
I ain't lying on nobody. He said that to me.
I
And I
know.
said, well, do it without the cash.
And see,
Do
that's
it.
I think going back to Chad didn't say anything wrong. I'm not saying you're saying anything wrong, Mike. But what I'm saying off of that statement you just made that somebody said to you, I only care about the sound and the band. I think outside of what Chad said, what the question he asked, I think that's what a lot of actors and actresses are looking at. Okay, let's say, and y'all know, I think y'all know me by now. When I put a scenario out there, it's not all the way me personally. It may not even be me personally. It may be me personally, but I'm just putting this out there, not just from personal uh, circumstance. But when you, let's say the people know, okay, well, I need to know this up front, whether I'm getting paid or not. But what they're looking at too, because I had a guy to tell me, hey, man, people in Memphis just ain't got it like that, Clint, because I was hot at one point. And I'm like, no, I don't agree with that. He said, Clint, sometimes, and Chad, y'all can correct me if I'm wrong or confirm if it's true. He said, Clint, I put on plays. And he said, here in Memphis, you got to put on 2 plays to make money, man. I said, I understand that. I understand. I said, but my thing is the sound guy gets paid. Where they get their money from to pay them? They do all of 2, 3, 4 hours worth of work. We do that in one rehearsal. And I said, why are we not considered? Well, they got to buy tickets. I said, I understand that, but they got to have actors too. Well, to see the sound is important. I said, we're important too. But they don't have it like that. I said, they got money, man. They might not have Hollywood money. They might not have Atlanta money. They might not even have Mississippi money.
Yeah.
But to put on a play, you got to have something. You can't put it on for free. So I think, and again, this is just me putting it out there because we want to look at all perspectives tonight. For y'all to take time to come on Clint Speaks, we ain't even finna play with it. We ain't finna be at each other's throat. But we ain't finna play with it. Let's just put everything out there. Chad said the right thing. He asked the right question, and he said the right thing. Did they not tell you up front? What
Clint,
are you complaining for if you knew they wouldn't get paid? You said, what now?
okay, as you know, bro, I've been on both sides. I
Yeah.
started acting before I started writing. I started acting in 2014. I didn't start, so 5 years of acting before I even started writing a single thing. And I did a ton of free work. And I did it because I love the craft. That's the end of the day. That's talking about me. I'm not talking about anybody else. I did it because I loved it. Now, I believe we definitely should have that conversation. Now, the conversation, if you do have the conversation and we do agree that you get paid, the conversation next is, how much are you worth? How much should I pay you? Like, if I put your picture on a poster right now, how much money? And this again, I love all the actors. This is not posted towards nobody. If I put your picture on the poster right now, how many people will you generate? right now, because at the end of the day, it's still a business. Because
Mhm.
I don't do this for free. I don't want to just come out negative at the end of the day. We as producers put a lot of money into these shows and movies. There's a lot of money. If you've never done a movie before, if you've never done a full production of a show, you might not know. But there's a lot of money that goes towards these things, and
Wow.
the actors definitely should be respected. But you got to understand, what kind of actor are you? Are you an actor that's going to generate money for me? There are actors that are better actors than others. Should I give this actor $100, or should I give the actor that's not as good as them $50? And would you not do a project that was great for you, or a project that would probably lift you, or because of maybe it's a young producer or it's a young director that just can't pay you at that time. But this project might be the best quality project that you've ever been in. Would you say no to that project because they won't give you that $100 or that $50 just because they can't afford it? You have to think about that. And everybody has to make their own decisions at the end of the day. Of course, we're all in this, of course, not to do free work. However, what can I get from this work? We look at
Chad, you
that as
bringing us some
well.
key points, doc.
We look at that as well, bro. It's a lot of people it's a few people on my post that made it. It was not. Let me say. I'm gonna say one. There was one person on my post that said they wouldn't do no work without getting paid. But these are the same people. So you would complain about my $100 or $200, but when Tyler Perry brings his billion dollar ass to Memphis, I will come and be an extra for 24 hours for $60, and I may
That
not get
part.
on the screen. But I'm okay with that because it's Tyler Perry. Why is that?
Yeah, yeah.
But I would take on, but I think our mentalities have to change just a little bit. But everybody has their own what makes them drive. If money is the driver for you, this is not the industry for you. As a right now, as a young actor, stop doing it now. This is not for you because you are not going to get the bag right away. You can look at it. I don't care how many Tubi movies you get on. There's a lot of Tubi movies out there right now, right? But how many just get in the bag without working a full-time job? Most of
Man.
these great actors that you see on Tubi all the time working full-time jobs.
Mm.
We have to respect that. So that's why I say have that discussion with your producer, with your director, before we start complaining. It's like getting a job and saying, "Hey, I'm making $12 an hour," but you knew you was making $12 an hour when you signed up for it. Don't be mad
Oh
at
man.
me.
Good
At the
point.
end of the day, it's a business. This is a
Yeah.
business. People are spending their hard-earned money. I'm spending mine. I don't know about nobody else because I've had this is the first project, honestly, that I've had a sponsor. None of my plays I had a sponsor.
Wow.
Like this, my movie, I had a few dollars. People bring in a few dollars, and I love y'all. Thank y'all very much for all my sponsors. Thank you. I pray God for y'all. Thank you. I need some more. Please come my way. I'll send you my cash app.
Exactly.
But
Yes.
yeah, man, it's all again. It's about the respect of your cast. Respect your cast. Make sure your cast is comfortable. Make sure your cast. If you got your cast on site for 3-4 hours, make sure they're eating something. Make sure they got something to drink. If you cannot pay them, but do not complain if you decide to sign up for a free gig. At the end of the day, you cannot complain.
Man, you made some key points, Doc. Robert, man, Chad, you made some key points, man. We got to come back to you. Let me speak to Tamika. How you doing, Tamika?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Nothing much. I want to hear from Robert, and then we go get to Timberly Hope's comment. Rob, man, what you thinking, man?
So I'm just thinking about the whole piece of social equity versus social equality. A lot of times as we look at business structure, specifically from Chad's position as it relates to an executive director, most people don't know Chad's there thinking about a break even, profit, or loss. Those are the three things that are on his mind when he's going forward. And he has to consider all of those minute pieces and how they interact with the with the bottom line, no pun intended, because that's what it is, whether it's going to be black or whether it's going to be red. And a lot of times when we're coming into the picture, no pun intended, what equity, what value are we bringing if he puts us on the picture? Certainly, I'm not bringing a value being in the picture. I'm going to bring a value being in the backstage and doing the back office work. So, Mike and I, he'll tell you, hey, we're looking at doing a series of studios. But guess what? As I'm looking at the back offices of that, there's this thing called Sora A1. It's an artificial intelligence. Now, as I'm looking at building a $900,000 studio, I'm hearing people say, "Hey, just spend $50,000 for Sora and get a small house." And so the difference is now that there's a whole shift. Why is this shift important? We have to know because I think that it's leveling the playing field. We don't have to be a Tyler Perry anymore to actually make money in this infrastructure, but we still have to have the executive producers like Chad to move forward. And here's my other point. There's something called sweat equity. And a lot of times most people don't really understand the essence of what sweat equity is. And so sweat equity is when you put your talents or your energy into something for free so that there's a return for you. So for instance, um I might come work in a Chad, I might come work in Chad's play just because I want to be there with Mike and Rachel and Chad. And because now I'm with them, now I can sell merchandise at their show because people know me and I can make money from the merchandise that I sell. A prime example is Stone Cold Steve Austin, right? So most people didn't know that he's making a minimum amount of money coming in and doing the fights. But he came in and said the word, he had a saying, Austin 316, right? And then he made a shirt that said Austin 316, and Austin 316 was that I might have to put out a little whoop on you, right? And so he sold that shirt, Austin 316. He made millions on that shirt. And so the sweat equity of him coming in the ring and wrestling, he's making pennies. But then he came in and he sold his merchandise, he made money. So you have to know how to bring value to yourself. So anytime I'm stepping into a relationship, I know the value that I bring and I know why I'm at the table and I know how to merchandise the reason why I'm at the table. And most people, if they're really complaining, most of the time they don't really understand the essence of what value they bring to the table and how to monetize that value. So really, they need an understanding in business and not an understanding in acting. Whether I think Rachel said it the best, whether they can sing like Beyonce or not, that's not the issue. The bigger issue is how do I bring value? How do I monetize it? And so if you're angry, you should be angry at yourself because you don't know how to monetize the value that you're bringing to the actual play. And that's the piece that I think we need to. So there's experience that you can get sweat equity to. There's affiliation, association, and achievement. So I'm in a movie with Denzel Washington. I'm not saying I was. I'm just saying, giving this as an example. I'm sitting next to this guy and I'm getting good information from him, and he's telling me some things that I need to do to move forward. Then of course there's going to be value there. And that's how we have to learn how to monetize. So was it really free? No. But I do get what the rest of the cast is saying. Some people are getting there without money. So that means that already, if you're coming to a play and you got to get gas money from somebody at the play, it means that your monetization skills are off. Let's just be honest with this. And if your monetization skills are off, you need to learn how to monetize. And that's the piece that in our community we don't talk about and we don't share those little tidbits. I'm sure Mike didn't just do his first play and he was a perfect monetizer. He had to understand, hey, I got to do this, this, and this. Hey, I got to work this, this, and this. And one of the things that you heard Clint say about Chad is that he may have to work 2 or 3 jobs to make sure that he's getting the monies that he needs to actually be an executive producer over a play. So what you're seeing that's happening to him as he's coming to the play is not the whole entire situation of how that play got started. And the only thing that you got to do is show up and just look happy and be a part. Come on, let's we got to do better with monetization. So my piece on it is social sweat equity to get experience, to get association, to get achievement, to get affiliation, and to make sure we know how to monetize ourselves based on our value.
Gotcha, gotcha. I want to get to excellent points, Robert. I want to get to Tamika, but before we do, Timberly Pope said she's gone negative before and had to change her contracts. Wow. I believe that was in response to what I was saying about people having to put on 2 or 3 plays sometimes just to be in the positive, basically. I've never done it, Chad, y'all. I've always been an actor. Can I write? Of course I can. I've just never put it out there. But one of the reasons why I haven't done it at this point was because I wanted to pay everybody. But I like how y'all are doing it. You're getting out there. You got your name out there. Um, I want to look at it from a lot of perspectives, from the actor perspective, the actress, from the producer, the playwriters, because Chad, y'all giving us something, to think about, man. Shayla said it first, hey, and it goes with the saying in the NBA, because y'all know I wanted to hoop. How many? Well, let's use comedy. Pat Williams said all the time, you really can't sell out nothing, man. Man, Netflix ain't looking at you. It
Mm-hmm.
really depends on how many butts you can put in the seats, and that is something we have to look at. So I'm coming from an actor perspective, and what I've heard and what I've complained about in times past. Tamika, wait a minute. Shell said most people complain once they have heard. Emphasis on they have heard others say something, mostly never from their own experiences.
Mhm.
Wow, wow. Tamika,
Mm-hmm.
what's your thoughts on this?
I have a very long, short response. I think that, just to kind of piggyback off of what the last young man was saying, I think when we go into, everybody goes into, from an actor, director, writer standpoint, right? The concept of going into this field is to make money, right? It's We have this great idea, we have, opportunity to make money, and when you're looking at it from that point, because you got to realize the majority of people that's in this industry, we got kids, we have bills, right? Many of us have jobs that don't pay a lot.
Hmm.
Many of us are living paycheck to paycheck. And so you have this beautiful gift that God has given to you. You have this great talent. You want to be able to utilize it, but you have to take into consideration, I got to feed my kids. I got to pay my MLGW bill, right? I got a car note I have to pay. I have insurance that I have to pay. I have to make sure that I have enough gas money to get back and forth. So this is everybody. When I did my first stage play, I spent $13,000. I walked
Wow,
away with $0, not a red
wow.
cent, nothing. I didn't have $13,000 in the bank, right? I walked away broke and broken, right? My cast members, they got paid, but I also got drugged through the mud, right?
Wow.
So when you're going into this field, you can't beg for a check and bashing the people you're asking for a check from. You can't do it, right? You have to understand this is a business. This is not something that people wake up and say, oh, I think I'm just going to throw $20,000 out and just hope for the best. People are using their 401ks. People are getting loans. People are getting sponsors, investors, just to fund their dreams, just to fund their ideas. Now, this is from a writer, director, executive producer standpoint, right? We
Mhm.
already understand what it is that we're going into, right? We already know. All right, like right now, we're building out the budget for Toxic. And I'm sitting here like I'm looking at Tracy and Tracy looking at me, and I'm like, bruh, sir. But we understand this is what we're gonna do. I'm having conversations with people up front, letting them know, hey, this is what it is. There are no hard feelings if you can't be a part of it. There are no hard feelings if you can be a part of it, right? But I think it comes down to you have to understand the business side of it. If you don't understand the business side of it and you are telling, oh, I got to get paid, I got to get paid. I ain't mad at you for wanting to get paid, honey. I want to get paid too. But when you're looking at it from a business standpoint, you have to understand what the creators, the directors, how much money that they're putting. When I when I have my projects, I am overly transparent with the people that come on board with me because I appreciate them for taking time out of their schedules to be a part of anything that I have going on. Whether I can pay them or not, they're gonna eat. Whether I can pay them or not, they're gonna have quality projects. They're gonna have quality, something that they can be proud of, something that they can share. You know, that takes me to another point, but let me keep going. So you have to be, if you can't pay people, at least have enough sense to have a quality project. At least. If you can't pay nobody, at least have enough sense to have a quality project where people aren't going viral for foolishness, where they're not being talked about and dragged through the mud because their scene is jacked up, or because you couldn't properly direct them, or because you can't write. Get a coach, get a mentor. The thing is this, I will step out and say 98% of indie filmmakers have no money to pay actors. But 98% of filmmakers have an opportunity to create a quality project. Every project that I've done, someone has walked away with Best Actor Award. And I'm not talking about from a Memphis show. I'm talking about from an international show. I'm talking about from a show across the world, right? Some type of, so that they can put on their resume, hey, I have this. And it opens doors for them to be able to get other opportunities, potentially paid opportunities. But you can't stick people in trash and expect them not to want to get paid. That's the least you owe them. That's the least you can do as a writer, a creator, a director. If you don't know how to direct, baby, find you a mentor. If you don't know how to write, get you a mentor. If you don't know how to produce, get a mentor. But don't put foolishness out here. And you can, it's one or two things. Either pay me or build me something that I can actually build my resume off of. But if you put me in trash and nobody's gonna hire me after this, I'm gonna need a check. I'm gonna need a gas bill paid. I'm gonna need something. So we, as writers, directors, and producers, we have a duty, a responsibility to create quality projects. No, we may not be able to pay you. No, we may not have the money. We might be working 2-3 jobs. We might have 3 kids and 2 on the way. So we may not be able to pay you. But what I can do is guarantee you that whatever you see and whatever you're in, it's going to be so high quality that when you put together your reel and you start looking for other jobs, you're going to get paid. Wow. I can guarantee that. But we have to, from a creative standpoint, we have to get out of this mindset of we're going to write a show in one day, produce it the next day, throwing it on Tubi the following day. And we wondering why while we're the laughing stock of the city, we're wondering why we're going viral for the wrong thing. It's because you didn't do your due diligence as the writer, the director, the creator, the producer to provide your own people with quality. It's that simple. Quality over quantity. Quality over quantity. Stop rushing trying to do 35 and you ain't put one out that's actually quality driven.
Wow.
Do your due diligence so that people don't necessarily have to worry about whether or not I'm getting paid. I'm gonna get paid on the back end because I know this is gonna bring opportunities to my doorstep. So stop trying to compete, stop trying to rush. Put your face in your books, get a tutor, get a mentor, find someone that can help you create something quality and do that. Because the moment you start creating quality projects, you don't have to worry about paying people. People will want to be a part of your stuff because they already know what it's going to bring. So
Tamika, I want to go to Chad next, because and Rochelle, we go keep this thing going around. Hey, Yams, how you doing tonight, Afro?
What's up, family? How y'all doing?
We good.
Hello. Hello.
Rachel, hi.
Hey. We go.
Quality
I gotta
over
get to this.
quantity. Tamika, I just caught the last end of what you just said. We've
Oh
been talking
yeah,
about this
yeah,
for months. Quality. Mike and I talk about it all the time. Quality.
most definitely. We
Go ahead, Clint.
oh, you're fine, Alpha. I just want to get to these comments real quick. Corey Whitsett said, I
Yeah,
lost
that's a
more
lot of
money doing plays than I ever made. I would come home from shows and my lights would be out. All I had was a dream, and I
wow.
tried to take care of them in other ways. I would pay them when I could. He said, I literally stopped doing plays and would just write for others because it was cheaper. Y'all listen. Here's the adult part of it. No matter how ticked off Clint gets because I didn't get paid as much as Mike has gotten paid or Chad or whoever, to see that other side of
Yeah.
the spectrum, y'all, this is what we need because Chad, Tamika, Rochelle, all of y'all bringing out some stuff really I haven't
Yeah.
thought about, to be honest with you. And I don't mind being transparent. I don't know everything, y'all. But
Yeah.
to hear the money that y'all have to put into things and to hear that y'all really want to pay, I think sometimes that this is not me jumping on y'all because, again, I've never been a playwright. I wrote some stuff, but I never came out with it. So I'm just on the acting side. Sometimes I think that helps to even hear that. Not that people are rooting for your downfall, but just to say, hey, y'all, to be honest, I ain't making no money. I'm doing this because I love it. Hey, I think that goes a long way. Tamika said, and this is the point I want to put out there with Chad too. Not at him, but I want him to respond to this and then to Shell, and we're gonna move around because I want to hear from Alfred and everybody. Tamika said something that was key. Me and my wife have talked. Y'all have heard me say this plenty of times. If I'm not gonna get paid, at least I need to know that you're at least trying to get this in the hands of somebody that can pay you so we can. And it's not just about the money, but at least get seen so we can have another opportunity. A DVD, because you'll work with people and it's like, I don't have nothing. It's like, okay, look, I'm not hard on people because, I understand. I have a business myself. But Tabika is saying at least do something. Chad said, listen, if you're not going to pay the people, if you can't pay them, at least have some water, some juice, some donuts, something at rehearsal. That in its that goes a long way. Chad, I ain't gonna go over this story but anyway, Chad, as far as
Yo,
putting out quality
Wake up, Chad.
stuff, which y'all do,
I'm
and
up. I'm
you
up.
know, giving the people something that they can have, whether it's because people have asked me, man, listen, you done been in plenty of plays, you done short films. Do you have a reel? Man, I dropped my head like, nah, I don't have nothing, man. I've gone back and asked people, do you have a copy? No, I don't have it. Chad, how do you feel about that? Because I like what Tamika said, but how do you feel
Yeah.
about that, man? I already know the answer.
I mean, first of all, I totally agree with Tamika. She made every point she hit that I agree with. Um, Honestly, even if you're not getting paid and you've been in 20 movies, you should have 20 reels. You should have a reel. That's your reel right there. People pay for reels. People pay hundreds of dollars just to have a reel film, just for that. But you can have a reel right there. That's your reel. You put your videos together, and that's what you can send out to these companies that are looking for actors. That's your free
So,
reel.
let me ask you this: are you saying that the actors should have somebody to record them themselves, or are you saying
Some actors
as a
do. No,
producer?
no, some actors do, but some actors that have been in several films can use those scenes as their reel. That's their reel right there. You
Yeah.
put
And
those reels
really the
together, and that's how you
Yeah.
sell yourself. And
yeah.
when you were saying he
Yeah.
was saying something about people need to promote themselves and start selling merchandise. We as actors do not think that way. And I don't know about other cities. I'm talking about Memphis. If you are in a production that you know that producer is going to have hundreds of people there, this is your opportunity right now. If I'm not getting paid, or if I'm not getting paid what I think I'm worth, now I need to create. Now I need to figure out a way to create my own way to get paid. We don't think like that. A lot of actors have to think like that. Even
Come
those
on,
ones
Chad.
that were in Friday. Friday made millions of dollars, but some of the actors only got paid $5,000. What are they doing now though? A lot of them, now, they've been in a bunch of great movies. Smoking, this man made millions of dollars. Chris Tucker, millions
20
of
million
dollars
a movie
also.
now.
Right, exactly. He got
Yeah.
paid. What Friday made and what he got paid was pennies, but what he got from that, and that's what we have to. That's what keeps me
Yes.
going as a producer and a writer.
Yeah.
I see the vision and I see the light at the end of the tunnel. Then this couple of $100 that I may be able to get. If I don't get that and I pass up a great production, or I pass up a great project because I feel like they not paying me what I feel like I'm worth, that's totally up to you. I respect that. If you feel like you are worth it, you need to get to a production that's going to pay you what you're worth. But that's going to limit you on all the other projects that you can do, because you're going to start saying, hey, you ain't paying me. I can't do that project if you're not paying me. That's totally on you. I
Gotcha.
respect that. I respect that to the T. If somebody comes to me and I ask them, hey, I would love for you to be in my film, it does not pay anything at the moment. But however, I may get a production deal because I know I got good quality on my film, and I know I will get a production deal coming. I can't pay you right now, but once I get the production deal, once I get that, hey, let's come on. I can pay you. The distribution deal. I'm sorry, the distribution deal. Once I get that, hey, I can pay you. But right now, sometimes we have to sacrifice. It's all. Let me tell you, if a producer or a director tell you they have to sacrifice time, money, family, friends, they lying or they haven't done it. Tell them, show me what you've done. Show me what you produced. If you have not sacrificed those things, bro, you haven't done nothing, man.
Wow.
I'm sorry. And these
Oh, snap.
the actors that want to be in these productions, I'm sorry, y'all. I've been wanting to be on this show
Go
for a long
ahead, man.
time.
That's what we got y'all on
You
there
want to
for.
be in production?
From the pulpit
Let me
of
calm
Chad
myself
Rose.
If you want to be in production, talk to the director. There's several questions that you should be asking a director when you get in a production. Is the film written already? Is it completely filmed? Is it completely written? Ask that question first. If it's not, okay, when is the production going to start? Am I getting paid? Are you planning on getting into distribution deals? Do not be afraid to ask
Wow.
those questions. We should know that. We should not be upset when you ask us those questions. I want people to ask me those questions. Ask me, is the film I'm asking you to audition for, is it even complete?
Mm.
Or am I filming this next year? I don't want to stop everything I'm doing because I'm in the audition and my stuff is not done. That's what I'm saying. And we have to hold ourselves accountable as actors, and as well, of course, because I've been on both sides and I understand both sides. So I love the compassion that people have, but we have to have an understanding of what both sides. When I'm an actor, I have to understand what a writer and a producer is going through before I get on them about paying me whatever you think you're worth.
Wow.
Whatever you think you're worth, get it. Go get it. If I can't give it to you, go get what you are worth. But I guarantee you this: it's going to slow your production down. It's going to slow you on getting in good projects, because I'm telling you right now, it's that one guy right now that has no money, but he has a great vision and he has a great product that you decide not to be in because he can't give you that $50, $100, $200 that you think you worth.
Wow.
Wow.
Sorry.
Wow. No, don't be sorry, man. We need to hear that. Look, we're adults, man. Mike done already threw a couple of rocks at me. So look, we got to be able to take it. So Alfred, real quick,
Yeah.
Cheryl, if you don't mind, let me hear from Alfred. Alfred, what do you think about all this?
I'm reading the comments here, you guys. Of course, I'm like the nucleus of the independent performing community here in Memphis, where I talk to everybody. And I hear both sides. The actors complain about them not getting paid. I hear that probably more than anybody does, because I talk to so many people. I hate the climate. I'm prefacing this with what I want to say or answer that. I hate this climate that we're in right now. This this hate, this criticizing each other and complaining, and it takes away from creativity, it takes away from collaboration. But this is part of the business of show business, that we've got to understand the business side of things too, because performing arts, it is artistic, it is creative, it gives you purpose, it does a lot for your life in general. But at the bottom line is, nobody's doing this just for free or just to not get paid. And I think that as beginning actors, if you were going to college, you would be paying to go to college, would you not?
Yep.
If you want to take theater in college, you would go to college, you'd have to pay for the classes, you'd be in productions, and you wouldn't get paid, and you would be paying the teachers in the college to teach you these acting skills. You would actually be paying, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, in the independent community, to me, and this is just my analogy of it, is when you are an aspiring actor and you're a novice and you're trying to find your way in the beginning, this is your college. This is your training. This is where you get in and you learn. Like Chad, you said a couple shows we did before. This is where you can get in to get your feet wet, to learn the industry that you want to get in, to learn how to act, to learn the method acting and what it takes to be an actor, to learn the production and all of those things. Consider that, if you are a new actor, as your investment in your future, you guys. It's an investment. It is your way of training and helping someone else on their production, and you being able to listen and follow directions of what it takes to be an actor, but to maybe to run your own production one day. So if you are a new actor and you're trying to get your feet wet, this is your college classroom. This is where you go to get trained. This is where you go to learn the production. This is your investment in yourself, you guys. I've been doing the Yams Talk Show for free since I started. I'm trying to keep it that way till I go to this live studio audience in September. But it was so that you guys could see the value in what I do, right? So I did all those lives for free. But free ain't always free. It was an opportunity for free advertisement for me to get out there so that people could see my value as a talk show host. I didn't charge people anything the first 5 years or so, because this is me learning what I'm doing, learning my craft, investing in myself. And when you are a novice in what you're doing and you're acting, you're out here and you want to get paid these big bucks, it's like Princeton said, you're not going to get no life-changing money from no independent production. But what you can give is a life-changing performance, so that you can create a life-changing real advertising. Invest in yourself, you guys, first. Before you start complaining and criticizing, we are tearing each other down in this Memphis, the new Hollywood, and that breaks my heart. I ain't gonna lie to you. To see people posting and fighting and arguing over something, and the white people are sitting back probably saying, see, I told you they can't be successful. They can't do shit together and come up together, because everybody bringing everybody down like crabs in the bucket. We got to stop that, you guys. It ain't helping nobody.
At all. At all. Do you know,
it ain't helping nobody?
That's the thing. I was just gonna say, Alfred, do you know that's the thing that hurts me too? And I'm just gonna be transparent, y'all. And I know some people may not want to hear this, but I want to get to Shell next. Alfred, you just said something that was key. And I know people may say, well, Clint, this ain't about that. Yes, it is, man. All of this goes hand in hand when you've got playwriters against playwriters, directors against directors, and filmmakers against filmmakers here in Memphis. My guy T Pope said something, Alfred, one time. He said, do you know, because they follow the Marvel stuff. I don't follow it, not for any bad reason. I just never been into it. He said, but for one of those Marvel movies, they had a team of 20 writers in one room for this one movie. 20 writers in one room. We probably couldn't get 5 in Memphis, because you got people that are literally paid to go and see Tamika's play just to talk about Tamika, or Chad's play just to talk about Chad. I'm not spending $30, $40, Rochelle, to go and see what I can gain and talk about and see what's wrong with other people's play. That's the mentality here. That's what Alfred is saying. And some people may not believe it, but I am for my people. I don't
Oh, it's true.
understand that. You say what, Shell?
Oh, it's true.
Oh, talk to me.
It's very true.
It's,
That
we're tearing each other
and I'm
down. It
speaking,
ain't helping nobody. It ain't helping nobody.
and I can say it's true because I'm on. I'll say I'm on all three sides. I'm a venue. I'm
Yeah.
into the stage plays, and I'm also
Yeah.
a comedian manager. I manage comedians.
Yeah.
So I have personally seen people will pay money just to go see a comedy show to scrutinize it, just like we go to people weddings. No, we ain't talked to these folks in 5 years, but I want to go see what your wedding like. I want to go see what the dress like. I want to go see what kind of food they got. But when it comes to the writers, like you absolutely said something that made sense, because my first play I produced, it was my true story. So the common sense thing would be like, well, why you didn't write it yourself? Because if I wrote it myself, I would be writing it strictly from an emotional bound place. I wouldn't know where to place the funny. I wouldn't know where to downplay certain things. It would just be straight from my heart, and my heart was hurt over what I'm writing. So I reached out to Jonicia.
Yeah.
And
Excellent.
when I said Jonicia wrote, she wrote my birth certificate up out, and I couldn't do nothing but cry reading it. And that's one thing we don't do here. But then again, too, it's like so many things can go with why people don't have it in their budget to pay people. Because for one, venues, if you are a popping producer and director, writer, and you go try to rent a venue, they're gonna off the whopper chopper add more money to what they're gonna rent to you for than what they'll rent to somebody else.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm saying this because that's my world. I've been doing this 3-4 years, a venue owner. So that's another reason why I transitioned from being a rental facility to just being a place for the arts. I know Evergreen, it holds 87 bodies, and they not even comfortable seats.
Oh my God!
I can sit 100, and you can be comfortable if you want to.
Yeah.
But because my name isn't prestigious like a theater, I don't get that business, right? So like Amfrey said, she makes herself available so people can see what she has to offer when it comes to interviewing and being of the podcast for the art world. So I made myself open and available for that. But, and I'm talking about personally reached out to people. This ain't just posting over Facebook. It's reaching out to people that I know do certain stuff.
Yes.
But because the prestigious thing isn't there for Rachel Nolan being a theater, what? No, I'm gonna go over here. But you're gonna have to pay for your rental time for auditions. A lot of places don't have nowhere to audition. And when I found that out, I was like, you know what? My spot can be the audition spot for folks.
And I
they
love
can
that
come
about
here.
you. Yes.
I've heard about people auditioning in the live. What? So every entity of business has its pros and cons. But when it comes to the monetary value, if you know off top that you're going to be working for free, do acknowledge that that's what it is. But I really think the big kicker comes in when the actors and actresses, they're seeing those seats filled up, they're seeing multiple shows sold out. So not saying that the person that put on the production made what they want to make, but they made something. So the good gesture, like Mike was saying, that Memphis just don't have that good gesture. You know, shoot me some to my cash out, even if it's a month down the line. You know what? I appreciate you for doing it. Even if it's $50, shoot me some. I'm gonna get you lunch today. But some people have the big heads when they're able to do certain things and they don't have it in their budget to pay talent. They misuse and abuse people, and that creates a lot of things behind the narrative that we on the outside looking in won't see. It's a reason why some people come to the surface with certain stuff, but on the outside looking in, we getting, well, if you knew you was working for free, why you couldn't talk about it now? Is it something that happened behind the scenes with the people a part of the play that ruffled them feathers when they agreed to work free? So now you disrespecting me, right? I work for free. I done came over here, gas $500 a gallon. I done came over here to work with you. I done did Z, like Mike said, somebody had all kind of stipulations. I didn't adhere to your stipulations. I didn't did all this, but then people don't treat people right. So I feel like that has a lot to do with some of the stuff too. But just common sense, if you agree to work for free, that's what it should be, for just the good gestures. Because I do a lot of stuff for free.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna never talk about the stuff that have given us. We're never gonna talk about that. But we're gonna talk about if they don't give.
Yeah.
So I've been open 3 years, and in 3 years, my business is supposed to be paying for itself. My 9 to 5, I'm supposed to still be paying my rent in my building, but that's because I chose to do so much for free. I wasn't looking at the business side of it, even though I'm a GM. It's you're trying to show good favor to people, because in this world of arts, it does take a lot of money. And if you're just, the passion is there and the money is not there, it has to be that good favor for the art world to grow.
Gotcha. Mike Love, hadn't heard
That's
from you,
my
man.
Jazzy!
Oh wow. Hi.
Hey,
Hey, Clint.
I'm riding with the actors and the actresses. That's just where I am. I've been to some plays that want some of my money back. People charging $35, and they really only got a $15 play.
Mike.
That's the truth. And it's not cool. I've been in a play and we done did 3 shows the whole weekend and ain't no water in the back. Ain't no food. You know what I'm saying? That's not cool. But
To
just
feed the actors afterwards.
no. Nothing. But at the end of the day, people just gotta do right. Yeah, it's some actors and actresses that complain. Yeah, it's some directors and playwriters that say up front that they can't afford to play, but I got your back. And mean it. You know, there's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
But it's some foolery when it comes to some of them. It's some lying going on. And these are the people that these actors and actresses are talking about. That's not cool. Because the ones that are cool ain't afraid to get on here and speak their mind or tell their truth. You know, hey, I just didn't have it to pay. Hey, I got you this time or that time. But it's some that ain't gonna say nothing, and they know what they do. Can't nobody say I don't put seats.
So can I ask you guys a question?
I can't nobody say Mike Love don't put butts in the seats. Because I do.
Yeah, nobody can say that.
And I know I do. And then I done
You
seen
do.
people go out and get who they feel like is a big name and they can't fill no seats. So then what? Now you in the negative when you should have went with Mike Love in another one. I'm saying. But at the end of
Hey, y'all being transparent tonight, dog. I love it. Y'all.
but I'm not lying.
Right.
Go ahead.
No.
I was just going to add on,
Can I ask a question, Clint? Okay.
I'm sorry. I was just going to add on real quickly. Now, let's just be honest here. There are filmmakers that are making money off of free labor. Let's just be honest. There are filmmakers in Memphis, Tennessee, that's making money off of free labor. If you want to build a house, you can go ahead on and pay your actors.
Well,
Come on.
hey, Tamika, we got to come back to that because I think that's I'm going to call it the second half of the show. We got to tackle that one. Jasmine, how you doing?
Hi guys.
Hey, for those, and I hope I'm not disrespecting Jasmine, but her child is not feeling well, so I appreciate her being able to even show up on here tonight. So thank you, Jasmine. What's your thoughts, Jasmine? Because I think Amber had a question, but I want to hear from you, Jasmine. What you think about all this?
No,
Okay, so we're talking about, like, I know it was recap what the question was.
Well, it really wasn't a question. We just basically everybody on here has hit some good points, Jasmine, from both sides. From, let's just say, director side, playwright side, actor, actress side. They've hit on some good things. We've had people in the comments, Jasmine, that say, like Corey Whitsett said, he's lost money doing plays, but his people got paid.
I can
He's
vouch
come
for
home to his lights
Corey.
being off. So Chad said he's put up. People don't understand how much money he's put up. Shell says she's put up money. Mike has done stuff for free where he hasn't made money. At the same time, Jasmine, he's made money. Rob said, hey, sweat equity, especially if you're starting out. Sometimes you've got to understand you're not putting any butts in the seats right now, but at least plant a seed, get your name out there, and don't expect to get paid, $10 million right now. That's understandable. But to hear from everybody's perspective, Tamika and everybody, it's good, Jam. So it's really not a question. I just want, what do you think about the topic within itself? I mean, do actors have a right to be upset if they're not getting paid? Were you not told up front? So what are your thoughts on this?
So of course, anybody has a right to feel, upset if they're not paid, if that's what they were going into the production thinking that they would be if it wasn't told to them. Me, it's never really been a problem for me, especially if I know that person and know what they're personally dealing with. Like, I'm all about helping somebody out when I know that they're trying to get something out there. That's why I said I can vouch for Corey, because Corey got me started on doing plays. I've been doing plays since I was 12. I think it was, you can correct me, Corey, either 12 or 15. I can't remember. But I've been doing it for a long time. And Corey is the one that got me started. So he always overly paid us. Wow. Like, spoiled me, because if I would do a production that said they weren't going to pay or they would pay little here, I would be confused, because I'm like, okay, hold up. I just did a play with Corey Whitsett, and he, what I'm saying? So I can totally vouch that, and I understand that they have to come out of their pockets a lot for plays. So is it Prince DJ?
Yeah.
See,
come on, man.
Mess with me.
What's up, y'all?
Anyway,
Just had to sneak in real quick.
Hey, man. Prince. Hey, Jab, excuse me just for a second, Jab. Look, Jab, I done been doing Cliff Speaks for 2 years. I ain't never got a response like that. This man just put his face on the camera.
That's because I'm
It's only one Prince. It's only one of me, But what's up, y'all? I'm gonna let y'all get back to work. I just wanted to say hey to y'all. Jasmine.
That's
what you saying, Jasmine?
We've been doing plays together for years.
Man, funny dude.
Me, everybody always asks me, like, what's something that you can do and never get paid? Honestly, for me, I could do plays for a lifetime and never get paid, just because I love doing plays. I love the gift that God has given me when it comes to acting. So that's my output on it. I mean, but of course we got people out here that's trying to get the bag, so they're gonna feel like they need to be paid over everything that they are a part of, and no ill intent or no ill feeling towards that. But like me personally, I don't mind doing a play. Only thing that I would want out of the stage play is it being in order, not all over the place, like it being organization, respect in the play from the script writer. That's all from me. That's my
Gotcha. Real quick, Amber, before I get to you, there's some comments real quickly. Timberly Pope, she said a while back, hey, Tasha, she said actors need to realize that reels can't be given until a certain time in the production process. So that's a key point. I appreciate that, Timberly. Corey Whitsett said, if you're asking an actor to spend time to learn a script, rehearse, pay for babysitters, fast food on rehearsal nights, then travel to and from shows, even when you pay them for the show, they still took a loss. Wow. Dear, I never understood why people do that. Oh, I know what she's talking about, the beefing within the community. I don't understand that either, baby. Forgive me. I cannot pronounce this name. I'll just spell it Basial. But
Basil.
Basil. Okay. Basil said they basically
Basil.
Okay, Basil. Okay. Basil did 2 shows and didn't make anything. He said 3.
Yep.
They said 3. Wow. Wow. Rachel said, y'all, my cast for Mentally Caged requested the menu book. Janisa wrote, I just didn't do it then, but the cast ate a feast. Truly appreciate them. Okay. Respect is a huge thing. I'm
When
down
I
to
say
hop on.
we ate
Okay.
Thanksgiving dinner,
Cool. All right. So, Anfra, I'm sorry. You had some questions. You had a question, Anfra. I'm sorry.
There's so much going on, you guys. What I wanted to know, Chad, are you there? No, he left. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. I'm still here. I'm still here.
Oh, since you're a writer, director, producer, and actor, and you've seen both sides, and you see the beefing. Come on, I need to see you, Chad. You know I'm a professional. Can you get in the camera, please?
Well, yeah,
Don't do me like
Thank
that,
you,
Yams.
You know I'm a professional.
My
I can't talk to
AirPods
no
went
blank
out,
screen.
Yams. I'm trying to charge them. Go ahead, though. I'm listening to you.
And so you've seen both sides, you guys. And of course, I've been in the middle of all this, and I try to keep the peace and not take sides. But as you're making segue.
Somebody's background is loud.
That's Chad.
Is that you, Chad?
That's why I was on mute. Go
Quiet on
ahead.
the set, Chad. You know that terminology. Quiet on the set. Can you hear me, Chad?
He can hear you. He's just on.
I can. Go ahead. Go ahead, Yams.
So my question to you is, Chad, because you're a writer, director, producer, and actor, and filmmaker. You write stage plays, and now you're making your segue into films and movies. Do actors, when you are putting out a casting call, and you are just deciding on the cast, are you letting them know up front and being transparent with the pay scale, or whatever you are offering, or what their advantages are? You know, how are you approaching this as a director and a writer when you are
That's definitely something told before we get on set. So all my no actor that's worked with me can tell you that we haven't had that conversation before they get on set with me, whether it be a stage play or a movie. We have that conversation up front. So you make that decision then. You know, I can. So how I do my stage plays, just being blunt, I give. They sell tickets. They get 100% of every ticket that they sell. And the actors on my stage plays.
Oh wow!
They get 100%. They get 100% of that ticket, and I don't ask them for anything off of that ticket. If the ticket is $40, they get $40 off that ticket, and then they get a certain amount per show. So if we do 4 shows, they get a certain amount for each show. It's different when it comes to the movie, because I don't get
to the movies.
Yeah, the movie is totally different because you get money. You're spending money right away. Yeah, I'm spending money right away. So I let my cast, especially my stars of the show that are in majority of the scenes, hey, right now, you will not be paid. But if you hang in there with me, if you trust me, and if you believe in me, I know I'm going to get paid. I know I'm going to get this distribution deal. But again, I've been blessed with people like that on my team. Every person that I have not had an issue with any actor, far as I know, that has said, "Hey, I can't do your project because I'm not getting paid." I have never had anybody come to me and tell me that. I've in the past I've told actors, even in my plays, bro, I came negative. I did not make $1 on this one, and I've had an actor, bro. I got you. I believe in you, Chad. At the end of the day, I'm here. I love what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I love the craft. You don't have to worry about paying me.
Yeah.
But that was something that we had. That was a conversation. It was still a conversation. You can't just say I'm gonna pay you and not pay people. You can't do that. You can't do that as a director. Now that's just total disrespect.
That's the thing.
Disrespect.
I think
Are
people got a problem with
actors to sign something from a legal? Are they signing anything with you guys? Mike, do you sign anything when you do these productions with the directors?
Yeah, you gotta sign a contract.
You should.
You gotta when it's real. Now, when I'm dealing with the ring,
background is loud.
I've had productions where I have not had people sign anything. I've had productions where I've had, yes. I've had both.
Okay.
Timberly.
Okay. Hi, Timberly.
Hey, Timberly, how you doing?
Hey y'all.
If we ain't had no hope, we should
Hey,
have some now. Timberly, hope. What's going on with you?
Timberly Hope, actor,
Hey.
writer, director, producer.
What's on your mind, Timberly?
So I have been on every side of this. For those who know me, for those who don't, I've been on every side of this. I have. I'm gonna start from the director standpoint because that's where I was running things. Um, I
Okay.
said in the comments earlier, I went negative on my first show. I had the dollar amount that I was paying everybody in their contract. I also had how much if you miss rehearsals and you did not talk to me within a decent amount of time so that I could change my rehearsal structure. If you just didn't show up that day, I had one actor in my first show who missed like three rehearsals just because they was smoking a blunt and like got high and then like thought that I wasn't gonna dock their pay. I'm on your ass. Like you getting your pay docked, my fam. You gave me I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Clean. We not cursing
Okay.
already. Okay. So
I got to remember that.
so that's just not what we doing. Like we not gonna play them games. You signed the paperwork. Everybody agreed to everything. I went negative on this show. Even when people said, "Oh, I'm gonna sell tickets. I'm gonna do this," and they did not do that. I wasn't like y'all didn't sell no tickets, so blah blah blah. No, I paid everybody. Um, and actually, it was crazy because I got scammed by the person who built my set and I had to go
Oh,
into
wow.
negotiations with them. It's all types of people doing shady stuff. And so when it came
Yeah.
to the second time I was doing my show, I changed my contracts. But nobody can ever say that my pen don't go crazy. Clinton have been in one of my films. I've won international awards. Like Tamika said, resume stuff. I don't play around. And so people will be like, you ain't did nothing this year. You ain't did nothing last year. No, because I'm not just releasing garbage for the fun of it. Who has
Right.
time for that? I'm not gonna play with nobody's time. As far as babysitters go, my actors and actresses who have children are allowed to bring their children to my rehearsal because I
Wow.
know what it's like to be a parent and I know what it's like to need that space. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna have you coming out your pocket and I'm not gonna not feed you. Like that's crazy. Clint, we ain't good on the set of waiting,
Oh
did we,
yeah,
my friend?
most definitely. Look, she told me to go sit in the truck on one of the same. Man, I don't know who truck it was, but I was so laid back, man. I'm talking about fat, navel poked out, man. Yes, sir. That's how it's supposed to be. But really, just real talk now. If to me, if you're gonna have, especially if you can't pay the people, it's just two things you should do. At least have some food on the side. If even some kind of snack, just something to keep them energized, whether it's Cheez-Its or water,
Yeah.
have something. And the other thing is have some reels. I mean, not reels, but at least have a DVD or some type of way that the person can download their work or something. Because again, people have asked me, like, Clint, man, listen, to me, Clint, and this is just few people, man, you on this level. Do you have a reel? Because I mean, this was at one time last year. It was like 3 or 4 people telling me in 1 week that don't even know each other. Like, dude, you got a reel? Because in Atlanta, they need this, that, and the other. I'm like, I don't have nothing. You ain't got no. I said, I don't have nothing on myself, man. And I think that's important. So, Rob, y'all, I haven't heard from y'all. Now listen, let me say this, and we just gonna be adults tonight. Instead of me taking turns calling on people, let's all conversate. We know, hey, if somebody's talking, hey, give them a space. Somebody else need to talk, let's give them space because I don't want anybody just sitting there. But I did want to bring everybody that's on the screen now. I did that on purpose because Memphis has a big acting community and we need to hear, hey, what's going on? Why are the actors not getting paid? Or should they get paid? Are you talking up front? Contracts? Are you doing those, producer? Actresses, are you signing them and then looking for something extra? We need to hear this. Jasmine say, hey, just have some respect on the set. We all need to hear these things. So listen, we go take it up a notch from here. I don't want to just call on anybody. Everybody know you can't talk at one time. Let's have respect for each other. I think let's show them we can be adults and just talk. So let me throw this out there. Tamika put this out there, and I ain't gonna say I didn't want to go there, but when you have play directors, producers, let's say the ones that's over the project, that's making bank, making money, and not breaking nobody off, that's a major problem. I'm gonna start with myself. That's a problem with me. Because listen, when I was out here going heavy, Jasmine, y'all, I had two V8s, the Camaro and the Expedition. They drank gas. And I don't want to see your stuff up here on Tubi, and I'm sitting at home and can't feed my wife off of my work when I done act. At some point, now if you that dude or you that female, however you want to put it, whatever you recognize as, if you're making money, I need to make money too.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear I need time to do. If your stuff on Tubi or whatever it's on, and Clint's name is in the credits, I need some financial credit too.
Yeah.
Throw
Now,
something my way.
Clinton, I'm gonna say this: a lot of people don't understand how the business part of that works.
See, you got
Just
to talk to us.
because it's
We need to know.
just because
We need
it's
to know
on
how to
Tubi, just because it's
don't
on
mean it's
Tubi,
making
it don't mean that it's making money.
Okay.
It has
Hey,
to.
talk to
I'm
us.
currently in one of the most popular movies in the United States. Go check out Betray, y'all. Written and directed by Jerron
Good
Lockwood.
move. They got to write a review
Betray.
on that. Yeah.
Thank you so much. We worked our hearts
Darren
out.
Lockridge.
We got paid.
Darren Lockridge.
Jerron Lockridge. We got paid. We got paid. We got respected. It was like being on vacation for me because normally I'm running around, I'm making the decisions, I'm up in the light booth, I'm here, I'm there, I'm making sure people get fed. I fed people and nobody was like, let me save Timberly a slice of pizza. And it was cool or whatever, but I was like, damn, this how y'all feel about me. That's straight though. I'm Memphis, so I might check them and be like, man, ugly. I mean, I'm sorry. Dang, I keep cursing. I'm sorry, Clint. I ain't gonna do it no more. Um, so basically, I have left people's productions the week before, 2 weeks before, because they have disrespected me. If I am coming in your space and you're gonna talk crazy to me, I had a director tell me that I was just a prop.
Oh, wow. A prop?
Wait a minute. Okay, so
Like a microphone boom or something.
so
huh?
you weren't even an extra. You were just something to lean on.
No. Let's be clear. I was more than just the extra because I directed the scene that I was in. And low key, they was asking me to direct more scenes. And I was like, no, I ain't doing that. And then they asked me to sell tickets and they had been in my show. And I said, let's be clear. I'm going to do this because I fool with you, but I'm not selling no tickets because you didn't sell no tickets to my show. Well, did you sell tickets to your own show? I sure did. That's where those people came from that was in the audience, baby. They came from me. So yeah,
Okay,
I dipped out.
Wow.
So let me ask y'all a question real quick. The selling ticket part. Some have felt that that's the director's job. They should be selling. How directors, writers, playwrights, y'all let us know.
Yeah.
The playwrights said,
Contract.
no, that's your job for you to get paid. You hustle. I can't do everything. Tamika, y'all, Rochelle, Mike, y'all, Robert, y'all talk to us, man. Is that what's the right mindset to have on
I
tickets?
think it depends.
Speak
I
about
think
this
it
because, like
depends.
I said, I'm new to this, and then too, even with me having a venue, because I respect the arts. If I know a show really sell out, and I have offered to the production part, like we can split your ticket sales. You don't have to worry about putting money up front and rent. You have faith in your show and the tickets selling. We can split your tickets, or you can give me my 600 to 700 up front if that's what you want to do, or we can split your ticket sales and however many days you want to be in here, and then I'm not charging extra for your rehearsal time. I'm being flexible coming from my job, my home to open up the doors or whatever. But if I feel like I can't pay you what you feel that you're worth, And if you feel like your worth can get people in there, and I'm giving you tickets to sell, and you can sell them for whatever you want to sell them for. Some people mess with folks tough. If a ticket is $20, they may throw you $50. I wouldn't know. That's your money. That's strictly from me. Because, like I said, I'm new to this. But then some people that's been in the game for a long time, they feel like people shouldn't put on a production unless you're able to pay up everybody up front or give them something up front. That's just my spiel. If a person tell me, because see, I'm known for dancing. So if somebody this, I'm just gonna put this out there for y'all. If y'all or something like that, I'm your girl. I ain't talking about no strip dancing, nothing like that. But if I tell people I'm gonna be here dancing, I'm gonna play dancing, I'm gonna sell tickets. I'd rather sell the tickets than you give me $100. I would rather sell the tickets. You give me 2 tickets. Your 2 tickets gonna bring me more than $100.
Okay.
That's just me.
So what kind of dancing you do? If you don't be doing no strip dancing and nothing. Yeah, praise dancing, are you? Praise dance? Ain't nobody paying for you to praise dance. It's free.
You better get up off of her, Mike.
I'm a lady. I'm very.
You better get up off of her.
Girl,
Brothers
you
just
want
want to know what type of dance.
Left I start
That's all.
jumping, I get up. Then you gonna say you don't do no strip dancing.
People pay to see people.
Well, okay, it's not
Whatever.
Well,
not that, because when women say dancing, certain men mind, they mind go far left. So,
You got
that was the
you got to
disclaimer in
understand.
the
Still,
contract
Mike
for
been
the
sitting
people
back
in
a
the-
long
in the
time.
mic.
oh no.
I
Not
donate
big.
to your dancing. I won't
Yep.
do that though.
Thank you, Jazzy.
What,
You know, I
what
want
was
to
you
jump
saying,
in real
Tamika?
quick. I want to jump in
So
real
Tamika,
quick. And
Oh, yeah, go ahead, Rob. Go ahead, Rob.
and so when I
Okay.
was just thinking about the ticket sales, and I wonder this question. I wonder if we ever ask it to ourselves. Why don't we own our own spaces? Because I mean, when we think about something like Tubi, Tubi is owned by Fox. You know, Fox took on black artists, and then they brought the NFL to Fox, right? And when they brought the NFL to Fox, they became a multi-billion-dollar industry and did not give back to the people of color community at all.
Right.
Now they've got Tubi out there, and Tubi is going to do the same thing. It's going to utilize our strength and our energy, and it's going to usurp our space. And for us, we're going to create this content for them almost for free, and then give it away for free. And at some point, we've got to have a cooperative space that, yeah, you might be a competitor for me on an executive level in terms of being an executive producer, but we need to have a co-op space where we can use the same theater, but we own it. And we have 3 or 4 AV teams that we go to, and we have, you know, the builders of sets that we go to and that are qualified to build in those spaces, but it's us. We've got to kind of get to that level, and I think ticket sales, when we're worried about ticket sales, I think it's because that piece is the piece that we need to address collectively. And at some point, when we talk about other people who are in this space, I'm thinking about RCA or Sony. They own people like us, right? And so, but most people don't know that RCA Sony owns they own liquor, right? So they're having us rap about liquor because that's free advertisement, right? They own war, so they have us. They actually produce arms, meaning silos and missiles, right? But now they've got us beefing against each other, right? And so now they can freely sell some of the arms to us on the street, right? And so when are we going to get past? And I saw Kev on stage one time, and he talks about sexualized things, and thus they endorse Blue Chew. So I get how to monetize. It's some people out there who are actually monetizing their piece, just what they present on stage. I'm not talking about whether it's good or bad. I'm saying when we present sexuality, there's Blue Chew to back that up, and that's what's paying the bills in the background, right? And so for us, I would like for us to get to a conversation where we're talking about those high level dollar bills that need to be assorted, because each and every one of us have the ability to bring that quality sponsorship. It's just that we have not focused at that level. And here's the other thing: when we have that cooperative space, meaning we own the Cannon Center, right? We own it. And so what if April or Rachel or Mike Love produces a play or Chad produces a play? They go rent it, but they're renting it from themselves. They're paying themselves. And so we need to get to the point where that cooperative space is owned by us and is controlled by us, because anytime there's going to be an external control, we're going to have these arguments that we're having, who's paying who and all of those things, instead of us self-investing in each other.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's a future thing we talk about a lot here. Eventually, we're going to get to that, Robert, where we own our own theater, because all of the major studios here, theaters, are not owned by Black people.
Rachel is
Black
doing it now.
corporations.
We have to applaud her for what she's doing right now.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I was about to say.
Gotcha.
And we're getting there.
I
Right
can't-
now, it's the fight, if you will. It's the fight. It's the dog fight. It's like a dog fight right here in Memphis. Everybody over pay and over complaining and comparing and competing. Those 3 C's is killing.
It's always been that way.
But competition
It's
is
always
healthy.
been that way in Memphis. It's
healthy
always
competition.
been that way in Memphis. People can't come together because they pride too high. Because can't nobody humble down and work together. Because we all could get together and film a great movie. We have great writers.
Collaboration.
We have great cinematographers, but we always arguing
Yes, we do.
on who the best are. No, you need to do it my way. I'm the best. These my actors or actresses. I ain't nobody actor or actress. I'm Mike Love. I'm my own entity.
So Mike said, you ain't owned by nobody. You Mike Love. You
I
independent.
I don't ask
I know
nobody.
what I'm talking about.
It got my name on it. And as I learned the business,
There
it
you go,
won't
getting
even have my
passion,
name no
yelling at
more.
us.
It'll only have my business name. See, and that's how important it is to know the business, to not even have a check coming in your own name, but your business name.
Hey, Mike.
Another problem is people screwing people over, and nobody want to talk about that. But it's people screwing people over. I did a film. People have been asking me what else I'm in that's on Tubi. I will not tell them. And I'll tell y'all right now, I signed a contract for $200 with Rip Entertainment. I did not get paid. I have the emails to back it up. I have no problem. I'll say what I got to say, and I'll say it with my chest. I would never tell nobody what movie I was in, what show I was in, because if you can't give me my $200 that you promised me, I ain't promoting nothing. I wish I could take it off my IMDb page. Like it's
I just saw you in something yesterday.
Yeah, that's betrayed. That's Jerron Lockridge. He respects his actors, and whatever contract you sign, that's what he fulfills. That's how I move. So I don't want to fool with nobody that ain't moving how I'm moving. If you're not gonna give me a word, if you can't put it in black and white, we ain't got nothing to talk about unless I fool with you. And if I fool with you and you take my kindness for weakness, I'm gonna show you how strong I can get.
Timberly, send me that name, Timberly, because I want to know that.
Aren't you in Crabs, Timberly?
You said what?
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Wasn't I in what?
Aren't you in Crabs? The movie Crabs.
Crabs?
Are you at the movie? Weren't you in the movie Crabs? I just saw you in a movie. I just went to see it at the theater. You weren't in Crabs. Okay.
Gotcha. Tamika.
I
just saw you in something. I want to
I know she's
Okay.
I'm in Betrayed.
She's a hairstylist in that movie. Now I will say that's the first movie I have ever watched on Tubi. When I say the it didn't look like it was filmed with an Android. That's the first movie I have ever watched to the entirety on Tubi. Because I'm sitting up here, I was like, I know her.
Okay, I gotta check out Betrayed.
Yeah, I gotta check that out too.
You gotta check out.
I got it.
It's good.
Shell, come on, Shell, but you can't have me laugh. Look, so Tamika and Jasmine. Tamika,
I'm
you were
serious
saying
because y'all
something.
know Tubi Jones be y'all know them Tubi movies. A lot of them Tubi movies be looking like they filmed with a sheriff's office flashlight. Be for real.
But you know
Tommy, good
what?
to hear from you, Tommy.
You know what? I ain't
Yeah,
mad at
so
I ain't mad at nobody to have a dream, and it may not be in order of what you like, but see it all the way through and get it on TV. That's amazing by itself. I don't care
Started
if
from
it's
the bottom,
trash
now I'm here.
or if it's perfect. They did something. You got a lot of people looking at those movies, laying in the bed, and ain't never did nothing. Not one thing.
Nothing.
And that's just why I stand on that.
I think that,
Please no.
I think at some point we have to understand that everyone has to start somewhere, right? No one walks into this arena with $1 million investment. Many of us have $0, and the only thing we have is faith in the dream. That is it. So we want to be cautious with how we criticize, because the other thing is that people don't know the business. They don't know, how to declutter their schedules. They don't know how to minimize chaos in productions, especially if they're brand new to it. They don't know. So many of us are learning on the job. We're having on the job training. We have a major, mistake. We're making major mistakes. We are literally learning on the job. So we definitely want to be a little more gracious when it comes down to the creative community. None of us have Tyler Perry's phone number. None of us, right? Oprah ain't calling none of us. Gail ain't checking for none of us. Shoot, we don't have David Talbert's phone number, let alone Tyler Perry. So we want to be cautious just in how we are criticizing one another, because we're learning. Now, I wanted to just piggyback off a couple of things that was said. When you're talking about contracts and you're talking about managing that, the first thing as an actor, you want to make sure if they do not offer you a contract to use your likeness, at any given moment, you could tell them, I don't want you to put the project out because I don't like the quality of it. You do not have any right to use my likeness. And legally, they cannot use it. That's number one. So directors, producers, actors, that is the first thing before you even hop on set, that you sign a contract that you are giving them permission to use your likeness. Number two, the next thing you need to ask, okay, you may not be able to get my reel from me, but can you send me my footage? If they send you your footage, you can put together your own reel. Yeah, but that needs to be in the contract. So, okay, you can't pay me. All right, so I understand you can't pay me. These are my terms, right? My term is I would like to have my footage within 6 months of the closing of the in post-production, right? Within 6 months, all right? Boom. If you don't have a contract, if I have not signed a contract that I have given you permission to use my likeness, baby, that film ain't going out. It ain't going out. Because I will get my lawyer and tell them that I refuse to allow you to use my likeness in your film. And if they do, you can sue. That's number two. Number three, going into this, you have to make sure that you are putting your best foot forward. If you agree to be in a project, put your best foot forward. This is why it's important that you read the script before you go into it. This is important why you have rehearsals. I knew when we did Scroogeworth, I knew I had half of my cast members coming out of town. I knew I couldn't pay nobody, so I wasn't asking anybody to come to rehearsal. You know what we did? We rehearsed on Zoom. And our rehearsals did not go past an hour and a half because I know everybody got jobs, family, kids. Wow. So if you can't pay people, you have to be respectful of people's time. You can't have people on set 14 hours, 15, 16 hours with no water, food. They got to buy their own this and they got to make sure they have their own costumes. No, listen, Google is your friend. YouTube University is completely free. If you do not know how to put together a production schedule, YouTube it, right? If you do not understand how to properly format a script, YouTube it. If you need help with rehearsals, YouTube it. Call somebody. You do not have to put people in compromising positions because you cannot pay them. Yeah. If you can't pay them, respect their time, their energy, and their talent enough to do it the right way. Yes. Now, with that being said, like I said, we do have people that are brand new, right? If you are brand new to this and you got an issue with somebody on set, pull them on the side. Hey, girl, listen, let's talk. I didn't really like how you did this, blah, 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 blah. Or, bro, let's sit down and talk. Let's do this, blah, blah, blah. because none of us have arrived. None of us have arrived. None of us are on Viola Davis status. Not like I said, Oprah ain't checking for us, baby. She ain't coming. Oh, you see, Drake don't even want to come to come to Memphis, let alone Oprah. Okay, so we can't live in this bubble where we're expecting people that only got Bud Light budgets to create $1 million films. It's not going to happen, right?
Bud Light budget.
We got folks out here doing movies with their cell phones. I applaud them. People are out here doing movies with phones that they buy from the Goodwill, cameras that they borrow. I applaud them because you have to start somewhere. But if you know that you are starting from the bottom, respect your cast. Respect your people. Respect them enough to give them quality. Respect them enough to give them their reels. Respect them enough to get contracts. Make sure they are okay with you using their likeness. It's very simple. At the end of the day, if we respect one another, we don't have to worry about competing with one another. Man. But we're competing because we don't respect. And we are expecting Tyler Perry from Jim Brown. We are expecting Ryan Coogler from Cheryl that work at Circle K. So we have to be mindful of we have to manage our own expectations going into this arena and understanding, hey, girl, listen, I know you may not even be able to bring a makeup artist on set. Let me make sure we all got our foundation and we're going to do our makeup, right? Let's make sure that we, again, manage your expectations. And those that are in the lead, manage your respectability for your people. There are too many writing coaches out here. There are too many directorial coaches. There are too many spaces where you can learn. You do not have to do this by yourself. Yes. You do not have to. You can minimize your mistakes by just asking, hey, like right as soon as we get off here, I'm calling old girl right here at the top with the venue. Girl, I'm calling you because I might need to borrow your venue for our upcoming shoot. So, but this is, again, we have these in our spaces. We have the resources at our fingertips, but we are too busy competing, too emotionally attached, too bitter, too angry, too upset, too pissed off to sit around here and just say, hey, can we work together? The moment you get out of your feelings, the moment you get all of this bitterness and anger and pettiness off of you, then we can actually build something together. I think it was Amber or oh my God, I can't think of the other man's name. I was just on live with him last week. But y'all were talking about building our own facilities.
Robert,
Robert, building our own facilities. Somebody said we can't even get a room and write together, let alone building our own facilities. When I did the show in Killeen, and I had people that came in from all across the country. When I tell you them folks was working for free, when I went to Jackson, Mississippi, them folks didn't nobody asked the question how much I'm getting paid. Only thing they asked, what time I need to show up. What do I need to what you gotta make what do I need to do? And when I tell you them folks brought it, they brought it. It was probably one of the best sets that I've ever been on. Yeah. There was no issues, nobody arguing, nobody trying to figure this. Because everybody was on one mindset. And the one mindset is to build a quality-driven project. Because here's the thing. Nobody, when you watch a movie on Tubi, don't nobody know who the director is. Don't nobody know who the writer is. No one knows who the producer is. They know the actors, right? Yeah. So if you, as a writer, director, and producer, wants to ensure that your legacy starts with the people that work with you. They start with your actors. So if your actors are on Tubi looking a hot mess, with Tyler Perry with bad wigs, bad makeup, bad lighting, bad audio, then guess what? Your legacy stops at poor quality. Yeah. Because no one is going to know you. They're going to ask, girl, who directed that film? Girl, who was the writer? Your actors will be the one that will advertise who you are. But you don't want, girl, I never do that again. Baby, I never work with them again. Your legacy starts with how you treat your actors. If you treat them poorly, guess what? Your reputation will be poorly. Bottom line. If you treat them quality, with quality, your actors, they are going to promote for you. But we're too busy sitting around here, man. They better show up, man. Nobody better do nothing but stay black and die and pay our taxes. Okay, that's the only thing that we are required to do. Anytime someone tells you, I want to be a part of your project, that right there, baby, you owe them. You may not be able to pay them, you may not be able to give them gas money, but you owe them quality at the least. So we have to get out of this mindset of competition. I'm gonna do this. Bruh, forget all of that. If you ain't got Tyler Perry in your Rolodex, you ain't in competition with nobody. Okay. If Oprah, you ain't listen. If your claim to fame is Tubi, baby, you ain't in competition with nobody. Okay. So let's just keep it real. If we're gonna do it, let's do it right. If you're not gonna do it right, baby, put your camera down, go put your pen down, go find a job and do something else.
What you said, Jasmine.
You know what? Clinton.
No, go ahead. After you said what now?
Jason Martin and I had talked, and I think Mike and I had talked a little bit about this too. And since Tamika's on here and Timberly, your producer, really, some of us brilliant-minded people, and we all are, we really should come together and try to put together a symposium about the business of show business, in the future, because we all have busy schedules, but how we can understand, as Tamika was saying, because the artists, the performers, they're just in that mindset, and most people don't understand the business of show business, and learn all of these things and have a symposium of some type for the creative independent of filmmakers and actors here in Memphis, where we can understand the legalities of the business of show business, you guys, because that's what's killing.
I'm down for that. I'm down for that.
This is why I'm sitting here rocking the whole time, because they bringing up stuff that I didn't even know. Listen, Jav, I need to hear from you, you and Shell, as a matter of fact. Listen, do y'all know AJ? He wouldn't mind me saying that. AJ, to me, who one of the best backstage directors and people in the business. That man told me to block center stage. Shell, I ain't gonna tell you what I thought he was talking about, because I didn't go to acting school. He said, Clint, I need you to block center stage. I want you to block right here. I play basketball. I don't know.
I was just saying, you think it's sports?
Yeah, I'm like, what you mean? So we done switch roles now. I'm playing center. Like, what we doing? Like, he's like, no, Clint, this is blocking. I didn't know. So when y'all talking about, like Corey's talking about, one of the stipulations in his independent production contract, where there isn't a definite budget, as for a set fee or a percentage of the total sales that would guarantee your pay. This is the type of stuff that Anfra just brought up. Excellent point. Listen, I thank God for my platform. We can use this virtually. Tamika, Shell, Mike Love, because Mike Love brought us some stuff, Chad, Timberly. If y'all want to come on here and give us a lesson, everybody, hey, this is what needs to be done. Corey, this is Mike said some stuff about an hour ago about using a name that's not his actual birth name. He used a business name, stuff like that. Everybody don't know. Everybody, believe it or not, y'all, everybody didn't know that, hey, I need to ask up front. I guarantee you 50% of the people that Chad probably stepped on their toes with that post, and he didn't try to, was people that didn't know something as simple as, man, did you talk to him up front? Little stuff like that, Tamika, y'all. We need to know. Everybody needs to know. So
the business of show business.
Shell, you got a building, Shell? Michelle?
Yes, I've been in business 3 years. Yes.
So listen, this is the type of stuff, y'all, Jasmine, all of y'all, that Robert and them is talking about all the time, us owning and putting back into each other. Tamika said, hey, I'm gonna be calling on you. You got a spot? We can use this for rehearsal. We can do it. Timberly said it. So, hey, Shell is right here. I wanted to ask with everybody on here, hey, why don't we do a short film? Let's see how we get along. We talking. When I'm not doing something for Tamika because I just agreed to that, well, let's do something on the weekend. Let's do something here in Memphis.
But everybody has to be willing to be a team player. The problem is everybody wants to play everybody's role instead of knowing their role, like The Rock said, and shutting their mouth. Like if you agree to be the producer, produce. If you agree to be an actor, act. If you agree to be a writer, write. This isn't about ego, it's about creation. And I know for some of y'all that don't know me, like the way my delivery is, and you might not understand my sense of humor. But at the end of the day, like Clint will tell you, I'm hilarious as all get out on set. I love to have a light atmosphere. But at the end of the day, what we gonna do? Get that work in.
Yeah.
You use a joy to work with. So Jasmine, let me hear from. What'd you say, Jasmine?
No, can y'all hear me? Because I know you said
a little bit.
Yeah.
You hear that, baby?
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
You guys
remember you, Timberly. I can't remember from where, but I remember you from a while ago. It was another production. But I know I totally forgot because we went past what I was gonna touch on a couple of times. As far as like coming together and doing like a business thing, I totally agree with Timberly with being a team player. I honestly have never been a part of a production where it was just a lot of cattiness. I'm glad I haven't experienced that. I have experienced disrespect. But as far as like a lot of cattiness and people trying to be the more chiefs than it is Indians, I've never experienced that. But the thing is, with coming together and trying to do a business thing, it's a lot of rude people out here. So a lot of people know about a lot of people that's on this live, and this ain't pointing no fingers at nobody. Hell, they could be thinking something about me too. A lot of people can know a lot of people about people personally and see that they're throwing a business thing and be like, how she finna tell me something? How he finna tell me something? When I had this encounter with them, they were rude. So first and foremost, self has to be checked. Because a lot of times we like to throw conventions and all of these conferences and we hellacious. And we can sit on here and we can talk about how we're going to come together as a Black community. We can sit on here and talk about how knowledgeable we are in certain situations, and we're rude as hell. Let's just be real.
Somebody needs to mute their mic because it's feedback.
Yeah, it's a lot of feedback.
Also, when it comes to
That's you, Chad.
No, that's not Chad.
I'm gonna put mine on mute.
Somebody watching the stream.
Hey, are you guys hearing? It looked like I heard some static from somebody.
Yeah.
Try Jasmine.
Try to mute, bro.
Talk, Jasmine.
Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah.
Also when it comes, because I'm an actress, I'm not a playwright, I ain't never tried to be one. But also when it comes from the actor or actress point of view, if somebody asks me to be in that production, the minute I pull up to the rehearsal, and this is not me just being judgmental, this is me just being in it for since I was a kid. When I pull up to the production, when I see how things are flowing, I already know the pay ain't gonna be good or the pay ain't gonna be there. So when it comes to me doing productions, I don't even get offended. Because if I see that we're rehearsing in a she shed, or if I see that we're rehearsing in your bathroom, or if I see we're rehearsing and the rehearsals just ain't put together, baby, it ain't gonna be no pay. So I feel like a lot of actors and actresses also need to look at that point of view of it as well. Like, okay, well, if they feeding us Vienna sausages, I can't be expecting filet mignon. And that's just my point of view.
That's true. That's true. That's true. I see Chad jump back
He's
on.
so
Oh, listen,
The
cute.
baby's so cute.
Alfred had to jump on. What's up, man?
This little
Hey,
girl, she look a mess. She's cute.
hey,
She's
Princess.
gorgeous.
Where's the echo coming from?
Thank you so
Somebody
much.
Is
might not know
De'Ara
in
in
the
is
room.
De'ara in the room with you?
No. She in the back where Big Daddy gonna be after y'all get off here. Oh, I'm just tripping. Shell,
I had to come off mute.
I'm married.
Mute for that one.
She in the back where Big Daddy gonna be in a few minutes. We gonna get to Shell.
Miss White, you
All
hear
right,
him. Miss White,
overseas.
get him the She said, what you say, see? You doing all that talking.
You can bear you can take that choir robe off. But anyway, what was you finna say, Shell?
Just said Miss
Shell.
White just said what he say. She didn't hear all that.
Look, hey, she
She
listening.
didn't
I
hear all
said
that.
they was asking were you in the same room because we was getting that echo. And I said, no, she in the back where Big Daddy go be as soon as they get off here. That's what I said. But look, she laughed. But anyway, Chad jumped back on, but I know Shell been sitting there, Mike been sitting there. Shell, what's on your mind, Shell?
So I just want to double back because for the ones that don't know me, I'm hilarious. I speak my mind. It may come off hysterically, but I want to double back so it won't be misconstrued of me downplaying people's art on Tubi. But if that is the platform for filmmakers to place their work on, and so many people are saturating it with rushed projects and stuff, it waters it down for people that have amazing projects like Timberly, the movie she's in. I can honestly say, like, I was getting my facial done, and when my esthetician was like, I want to watch this movie, my cousin seen it, and I was like, girl, we're gonna watch some on Tubi just because of the stigma that comes with it, because it's so many rushed projects on it. And if people like we can say, well, you don't want to tear their passion down, you don't want to tear their dream down, but at the same time, we have to be real. You have to look at the domino effect that it places on your craft. If you were to say, well, I'm gonna put this movie on Tubi, how many people will really rush to see it if they didn't personally know you, just because of the stigma that comes with Tubi? Tubi is not a platform that we take seriously anymore because of the rush projects and stuff like that. We're not gonna really spend our time to watch something on Tubi as we will go watch something on BET or anything like that. Like the platforms for the art has been watered down for real, because for one, when you do something you enjoy doing, you make it look easy and everybody feels like they can do it. And I can honestly say in the last 2 years, just a short 2 years, I didn't even know these many plays happened in Memphis. Seriously. I didn't know so many productions was going on in Memphis. I didn't know so many people was into filming. But when you do something and you make it look so easy and you come off as like it's easy to do, because when it's your passion, you can do, like, I'm a general manager. And people thought being a general manager, it was easy running a multi-million-dollar restaurant. People trying to get me fired. People trying to say all kinds of stuff because I made it look easy. People are my passion. That's my passion. You can't get in here and structure a business or budget on $1,900 to feed 400 people a week, and then you running a buffet. I ran Shoney's, I ran Taco Bell, I ran KFC, I ran almost every major food place, and I managed Aldi. Everything is structured on a budget. So people that's in productions, they have a strong budget, but you make stuff look so easy. So everybody want to jump in it. That's what I really was meaning when I said people be filming with a Shure flashlight. Like, it's different lighting that you have to do. You can't use regular light bulbs filming. It's different kind of film. It's different kind of lenses you have to film with. It's different type of makeup. The makeup artists don't even realize that if these productions are going on to film, in certain cases, you have to use HD makeup, or these people gonna be looking like green and all other kind of shades on people's screen. things that people don't know because the professionals, y'all make this stuff look so easy, and the domino effect is it waters down your brain. That's what I mean. I want being funny, but yeah, but I do.
For me, I watch if me and my good friend. He'll shoot me a movie. Man, look at this black movie on Tubi. All right, I'll watch it. It'll be good quality. Or it could be a bad, and he want to hear my opinion on the movie. We do it all the time. It is so many black movies on Tubi, and all of them ain't trash.
Yep.
And then, like Robert said, Fox just bought Tubi. So if you go in there and look, all the Hollywood movies are on there. All the Fridays on there. It's so much quality that's changing in that they gonna weed out the ones that can't produce a proper film.
Yeah,
it's coming.
I'm
Everything
gonna say
is
something
changing.
about Tubi. Tubi is a gift. Tubi is a gift
That's
and
what
a
I'm
curse.
speaking about.
It
The films that are
was.
on there.
It
Tubi
was
is
a
a
gift.
gift.
It's no longer a gift after Fox bought it, and it's changing. If you watch movies and you go through that, look, they got more popular movies, more older movies that was popular on there, and they weeding out the ones that ain't that great.
so
I'm
I
not
think it's
talking about them
because
movies, Mike.
Stage play.
I'm talking about the other type of movies, like the movies that producers and directors, everybody makes it look easy. People don't know what it takes to really come up with a strong project, like something great. Not saying that their work isn't great, but if you're not selling a great look, because we are visuals. Americans, we're visuals. We're going off of what we see, then we go off of what we hear. If what we hear don't match what we see, and we have to make our own opinion. But the Fridays and all them highly produced movies, of course they're gonna be great. Of course, I'm talking about
Um,
the independent films.
you
Like if
you
your
missed my
product
point.
wants
My
to be
point
taken
is
seriously,
that Tubi is
you gotta
changing
go
and they
follow
putting quality movies on there. But the ones that's low budget, if you look through there, all of them ain't bad quality. There are
right.
some good low budget movies on Tubi. They are. And I've
Yeah,
watched many of them
You
because I
can't
don't
put,
watch
but
a
you can't
movie.
with Mike. Mike, you can't put low budget with bad quality because it can still
No,
be good quality and low budget. If you got great writing and you got great actors, it can be low budget and can still be a great movie.
that's
You
all
can
I'm
shoot a
saying.
great
It is
movie.
good.
Yeah, I agree with you. You can
Yeah,
yeah,
still
it's
have a
low
great movie if
budget,
you film it with
but
your
it's
iPhone.
still great. Right.
right.
I'm
Well,
agree.
and we have
We
to, from a
agree.
consumer standpoint, we have to, when COVID pretty much allowed us to get comfortable with low quality because Hollywood wasn't making movies. We couldn't go to the movie theater. So we were stuck with whatever was available, we watched. So for 2 years, we watched low quality projects and we became accustomed to low quality projects. And so as consumers, we have to almost force filmmakers back into creating quality projects, right? We have to hold them accountable because you can't say a project is great and it's terrible, right? We have a really bad habit of giving accolades and awards to things that don't really deserve accolades and awards because we don't want, oh, I don't want to hurt their feelings. I want to make sure this person is okay. I want to make sure that person is okay. So we are literally awarding people for piss poor projects. And we wonder why they keep creating it. Well, if I'm sitting around and only thing I'm wearing is trash, and every time I walk up, it smells like trash, it look like trash, but you like, girl, you know you looking good. Guess what? I'm gonna keep wearing trash because you're telling me it's good. So we have to demand filmmakers to create quality projects and stop lying to them. Stop giving them, rewarding them for things that, here's the thing. Fox bought out Tubi. And if you know Fox pattern, they did this when Martin Living Single, what was the other couple of black shows that was on Fox? This was like late 90s, right? Mm-hmm. And what they did was they used these black shows to build up Fox. The moment Fox became a high quality network, they dropped every black every single black show and replace them with white shows because we did the work for them. And that's what we're doing with Tubi. We are doing the work for them. We are building up their audience. We are building up the buzz. We are building up the marketing. So they don't even have to put forth marketing dollars because we're doing it for them. So when they get to a place where now they are able to fully compete with the Netflix, we aren't needed anymore. So then what? What are we going to do next? Where are we going to go next? And so the only way that we can compete with that is to create quality projects because they are not going to accept our half done mediocre quality. So we have, in order for us to be able to compete in these businesses, we have to be able to create quality projects.
So this was the point that I was bringing up earlier, and I brought it up for the point that you just expressed, and that is, at some point, if you were a part of the hip hop culture in the '80s, you saw that hip hop had two situations, and there was a Y and a road. The Y and a road happened when we had hip hop that was non-conscious versus hip hop that was conscious. When the industry came in, they endorsed non-conscious hip hop, right? And so that was women shaking their rumps. That was people being halfway dressed. That was that whole gangster mentality, right? But before that, you could listen to a rap or hip hop album, and it was consciousness that was being advised to people, and it was causing them to move in a certain way. Now, the reason that I bring this up is because over time, the overall industry funded the nonsense and did not fund the consciousness. And so I'm having us be conscious because, and you spoke about COVID, for instance, right? There's something called the Music and Entertainment Modernization Act. That is an act that Trump signed, and what it did was it's making sure that artists have the ability to have access to their masters in an equitable time so that they can now get funds from what they do based on their abilities, right? And so why is that important? Because Hollywood no longer has the control over those issues. But because we don't know that they don't have control over the issues, they've given us a platform. But what are we doing with the platform? Absolutely, positively nothing. We should be taking the platforms and making sure first that we're not in a position like hip hop in the '80s. We can't be squeezed again. And what we're seeing is that we're right back in that same spot. So it's history repeating itself. And if we don't address these issues of how will we not get squeezed? Well, Rachel said, listen, have self-evaluative skills to know that you should or should not be on this platform. I get that. But the other piece is the dream teamers, like we're sitting with at this point right now, need to come together and not just teach the industry to those who don't know it, but we have to strategize the direction that we're going to take or we're going to be squeezed again. And that's the piece that we must address because it don't matter how good our plays are. If they're good plays, somebody's just going to culture vulture what you're doing and make money from it. And so that's the piece that I don't want to happen. And that's the piece that we have to be conscious about that does not happen. All of this work that you guys are doing, in another 5 years, nobody will know your name if it's vulture.
Wow.
Period.
I told Tamika when I was in Chicago
It's an echo.
That this production that I was in had a multi-million-dollar deal with Hulu. They all was foreigners, and the set was ran by all women. And the material was trash. They was laughing. It was funny to them. People was looking at me, other actors was like, why you ain't laughing? I'm like, that's not funny. And so in my mind, I was thinking, how can they get a deal like this? And we got way better talent and way better writers, and we can't get no deal with Hulu?
Wow.
And the lady,
The Bible says, our people perish for a lack of knowledge.
Yes, come on, sister. I was just about to say that. And the other piece with the squeeze is that at some point, like right now, Charleston White went on TV and he said, "What has hip hop given in 50 years?" And basically, everybody's saying nothing. I totally disagree with that. There was no such thing known as a DJ before hip hop came out. DJs make about 720 million in the economy every year. So let's just stop saying that we don't give. It's just that we've allowed Sony to now produce a machine that has replaced the turntable with an electronic turntable, so we don't use that anymore. But we've given. It's just that we don't understand how to monetize and keep ahead of the things that we create.
And you're right about that, Rob. Great information, man. But I'm still getting the echo. I don't know if somebody needs to go on mute. Okay, so who all is a writer director on here? You got Chad. Okay, so
Yeah.
that leaves.
All right.
So that leaves me. Jasmine is out of town. Um, so that leaves me, Shell, Mike.
I don't write, but I do have good ideas. But Tamika right.
You said what, Mike?
I said I don't write, but my ideas.
No, I'm talking about the actors.
Yeah.
So who all are actors on here on this platform besides myself? Okay, Jasmine, Mike.
Now I can act a damn fool.
I'm an actor, but I want to monetize. I want to help the team monetize.
So Rob already know where I'm going with this. So I'm gonna put this out there in front of everybody. Since we talking adult, and we're saying, hey, we need to cut all this hate out. We need to cut all the attitudes out of rehearsal. Let's have fun as adults and use our God-given talent. Right here is 6 to 7 people on this screen. Chad just hopped off. Where you at, Chad? Chad.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
He probably got AT&T.
Let me put this out
do
here.
that.
Hey, I got AT&T now. Come
Don't
on.
do that.
Yeah, we gonna call it back now. So listen, I just agreed to do something with Tamika. For the first time, I haven't been on camera in 2-3 years. But I'm gonna be transparent with y'all. Everybody's asking me, Clint, you gonna come out and do this, Clint? You gonna do that? Nah. It was for different reasons. But one of them was because I didn't like how I looked on camera. I had picked up that what they call that weight from the pandemic weight. So I've been working out lately. Now I'm feeling better about myself. I'm ready to get back into it. Just being transparent. Tamika started out talking about quality. And I don't want to go out there huffing and puffing. And I want to concentrate on my
Yeah,
part.
it's going extremely
I
bad.
think it's Robert. You your mic.
I don't-
Mike.
It ain't Mike, bro.
I ain't say Mike. I said Robert.
Said
Robert.
mute your mic.
I
I
know
didn't
you
say his
Calm down, Mike.
There we go.
Another one.
The echo's
Calm
on.
down.
Okay. So listen, I'm feeling good now. I'm feeling better by myself. So when Tamika, I hate to say when she's done, but when they're not busy on the weekend, Tamika, Miss Hope, Chad, how y'all feel about directing something with me, Mike, and Shell in it and Jasmine? If Jasmine is in town.
I wouldn't have a problem with that. I mean, I think I've worked with both of y'all except for Mike. I haven't worked with Mike. Me and Mike already talked, though. You know, we haven't. I wouldn't have a problem with that. I worked with all of y'all. I think I've worked with everybody on this screen except for Michelle and Mike.
Because see, I know you got something going now, Chad. I know Tamika's finna have something going. I'm saying instead of just talking about it, let's go ahead and do something by this summer. Let's get on there. Let me and Mike Love do what we do, but y'all write it out. I trust y'all to write it out. So what I'm doing now, I'm finna put everybody on the spot. Writers, directors, can y'all get together, put something together?
Hold on, before you put us on the spot. Chad, do not forget our pre-arranged discussions for our event. So keep that on your frontal.
For sure. We ain't came
I
up
just
with
had
a
to put
date
that
yet.
out there.
We haven't come up with a date, but we got to talk after this. Don't do that,
Hey,
Michelle. Don't do that.
I'm just saying.
We're gonna talk. We definitely got to talk. We got to get a date. We got to get a date.
Hold on, I'm nosy. What is all that about?
Okay, so I'm gonna go and
Let
tell y'all.
Rochelle
Okay, so
tell it.
like I told y'all
Rochelle
earlier,
tell it.
I reach out to people. Like I don't believe in a person saying that people don't rock with them or do this and do that if you don't physically reach out to people. So I reached out to Chad. I let him know like I'm an open book. My venue is struggles. Okay, I'm in Raleigh. People think Raleigh is
What's
like
up, nephew?
Afghanistan. I've been open 3 years. I've never been on the news. I've never had the police call to my place. I operate a mentorship. My brother teach renovation. So if y'all need a set built, my brother does all of that. So I reached out to Chad. Of course, he was busy the first couple of times, but he was a man of his word. He called me back and I told him, look, like, can me and you do an event together? Because he has a positive following. I'm about positivity. I don't do low vibrations, none of that. And he agreed. But I knew he had this play coming up. He wasn't even thinking about the play really. He was just all gas, no brakes, ready to help me do something because I told him I need to have foot traction coming through my building. I'm paying rent in the building. It's mostly empty all the time. And so that's Chad right there. Chad, he said, I got you. So I had to make sure he got me. It don't get me.
Gotcha,
Oh, for
gotcha.
sure.
And
For
Chad is
sure. It's just
extremely
it's
like
for
loyal. Chad is extremely loyal. He's been the same person since I first met him years ago.
for sure.
You right, and that's
I've
that's
been
kind
trying
of
to work with
scary
Jasmine.
too. It's
She
like
acting fun.
this dude don't be in tune with nobody. He ain't talking about nobody, man. Like I don't know, man. Chad must be in with the mob or something. Chad got something going on we don't know about. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
But
and
no, good
at
guy.
the end of the bro, at the end of the day, man, we all doing trying to do the same thing and have the same goal. Me,
Gotcha.
Tamika, Mike, we got the same damn goal. You, Clint, we all got the same goal. We're trying to make it. I have no reason, and we all should have no reason to hate on each other. What will they get us?
Thank you.
You tell me
That's
right
what
now.
I'm saying.
No,
That's
Tell
what
me
I'm
right now.
saying.
Where would they get us? And what energy? Why would you even put that energy out there? That's my thing right now. My eyes burning right now. I ain't crying, but yeah, that's it. Damn, let's work together. That's when I work. When I started working with
Hold up, you and
Jason, when I
Tamika
started working with
related?
no, not Tamiko. No, we're not related.
Yeah.
That's my
Hey,
sister, but that's not my. We're not related. But again, when I started working with Jason, when I started working with John Hamilton, we told each other we're like egos got to be set to the side. When we decide to do a project together, we got to understand our roles. We got a DP, we got a director, we got a writer, we got actors. Everybody needs to know their role. And if we can't do that, we can't work together. At the end of the day,
hey, I don't want to be a director. I just want to act. And I want to act with Mike Love. That's all I'm saying. And whoever else is on this panel that want to act. I'm saying if Country Wayne can put up millions of dollars, I'm saying make millions of dollars off the internet with his cell phone doing 3-minute skits. Look at all the talent we got on here. When you're looking at Tamika, you're looking at Timberly, you're looking at Chad, Jasmine, Shell, myself, Mike. Listen, right now we got a cast. We ain't got to do a play, but let's put something on film. I'm saying let's do something by this summer. Are y'all with it or not?
I'm with it. You know me.
that's definitely got to be a. It's got to be a plan
Yes.
because I
Oh
know a
yeah.
lot of us are doing stuff like me, but we have to have a plan on dates and everything like that. I
That's
know
true.
Tamika got a show she working on. I got one. My year is damn. I got scripts that we supposed to be filming, but it's just a discussion we got to have off camera for sure.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah,
If you're busy, that's fine. All I'm trying
yeah.
to do is get us together. I just me myself personally. I mean, if you can't, if your schedule busy, is busy. I'm just putting it
Busy
out there.
doesn't
If
mean no. Busy doesn't mean no though. Busy just
gotcha,
means that we
gotcha.
just we got to talk about it and then we got to set a plan and set a date. That's it. Just we got to
That's
have a
cool.
plan though for sure.
Cause see,
I have a lot going on, and I'm working like bi-coastal right now, but at the same time, Memphis is my hometown. Anybody that know me, I'm repping Memphis, so I'm always down to do some work for Memphis. As far as us all working together, I think it's very clear that some of us are going to have some conversations, and if you know, you know. But I don't have a problem with it. I'm definitely down for the teamwork. I'm down to play my position. Like, can't nobody be no point guard and the center. Like you said, block center, Clint.
Mhm.
Everybody can't be a shooting guard, a point guard, and the center. Like, it can't be a team full of Kobe's. Like, we gotta shoot the shots that we meant to shoot. If you the big man, you gotta be the big man. And I feel like some people have egos and short memories. And so my thing is, there's an African proverb, the tree remembers, but the axe forgets. And I think it's very true. So we have to be accountable to one another. We have to be real about what we've done and who we are, despite what other people think about us, despite how people feel about us. We gotta keep it a buck 50. If we not keeping it real, like, I just don't want no parts. And Rachel, I done been in your DMs. We haven't got together. Like, I'm having surgery in the morning, y'all. I've been doing music, doing plays, and I haven't done a play in a while. I've been shooting movies, I've been doing all this stuff, and I've been having surgery. Like, I'm doing stuff in a different way. I'm developing a TV show right now. Actually, two of them. One out in LA and another one for Memphis, because I always want to do something for Memphis. And so I'm always down to do something for Memphis, but Memphis can't play in my face at the same time.
So
So
you
if we
you
can
been doing
come,
stuff in LA? Man, I'm still trying to get to Bartlett. I need to holler at you, see what you doing, man. Look, but anyway, look,
No, look,
I
look, we
mean,
can.
okay.
I've trained at Sundance. I've trained at Sundance. I've been doing the education quietly. I don't be out here rah-rahing, unless you hear my music, then yeah, I'm a rah in my music. But like, I've been doing the education so that when somebody be like houseway, I can be like this way, and this way. So it's how you move out here. I don't have to yell from the top of the chapel that I'm making moves. All I gotta do is make them. Nothing else to do but to play your position, know your role, shut your mouth, and do what you're supposed to do until it's time to talk.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you what I did, Timberlake. Why I did what I did. Two reasons. When me, Mike, and Robert have been on the same panel, when we get to talking about, hey, we need to quit doing this, we need to quit doing that, we need to quit doing that. Me, Mike, and Robert's antennas are like this, and we're saying, okay, let's quit talking, let's get busy, let's see where everybody at.
And
Let's
that's what
just
it
go and
is.
do it.
Look, she
So
just scared me. She had me thinking like I done did something. I was like, hold on, let me go check these inbox. I was like, hold up. Okay. I had to
No,
make
no,
sure.
no, that was not directed at you at all.
Can I
No.
say something
Oh, look.
too? Can I say something as well?
yeah,
Because
yeah.
I feel like, and I totally agree with everything that everybody is saying, but I feel like we can do stuff in private, but some stuff needs to be done publicly so people and not in a derogatory way, but just so people can see that there can be a come togetherness.
That piece.
That's what I'm saying.
So I'm gonna start off.
Somebody need to go back on mute.
That's
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 Robert.
right.
Robert,
No,
y'all.
that's
That's
Robert.
Robert, y'all.
Robert, check
Get
your
off my boy.
battery.
Get off Robert.
Check your mic, Robert.
So
You said
I'll
what,
start
Jazz?
off. But Tamika, me and you have been knowing each other for some years. We started off doing plays together.
Echo. Somebody go on mute. Everybody go on mute, but Jasmine. You said what?
But yeah, we had a really, really very, very, we had a good relationship, I feel, starting off. And then, it's just some things that came about with misunderstandings. I'm not one to say that I'm gonna, Michael, if you record me, baby, you need to cut me a check. No, okay.
You better stop playing with me.
My baby laughing at you. But no, I just feel like it's so many misunderstandings like in this field of work with the acting and the plays. And me and her have gone years without speaking. Like even to the point of blocking on social media. Like so even being on here tonight and even having these conversations is like I can't even remember fully what the problem it was. It's a lot of that that's going. It's a lot of that that goes on. Like I know what the problem was to a certain extent, but see how I'm built up and the walk that I'm on spiritually, I don't even hold grudges. Like I'm past that. If something happened years ago, I'm past that. So I wanted to address, like, I ain't got time to just be sitting here like, we can talk about this. Yeah, people know who they are. I'm gonna go to the source always. That's just because that's the realest in me. So if I have done anything to
I was
offend,
just being
no,
kind,
no,
but
no,
I
no,
was
no, no, no,
talking
no.
about
This is
Chad.
nothing. It's nothing to be
Hold on,
offended
what you say
towards
about?
you.
Don't turn this show another hour now. What you talking
This
about,
man,
Chad? About?
he cannot get his drink, man.
Chad, you know what you did, but like I
Girl,
said,
you
that's a
better
I
call
wasn't
me.
even
You
conversation
better.
for
bringing that
us.
up to do
That's a
that, but
conversation for us to have offline, and I'll let you reach out to me about it because my number's
Oh
still the
yeah, for
same.
sure. No, I'm totally about. I'm totally about being respectful. Call me. And a lot of the stuff that y'all see on social media is all about making a phone call. What you
yeah.
saw today, what y'all, I know y'all speaking on stuff that you guys probably saw today, earlier
Oh, I
today.
haven't seen anything. I don't
Well,
know. I be
yeah,
out that stuff.
it's some people probably saw whatever happened, whatever happened. But it's all a lot of things can be solved uh, with a phone call, and I promise you, at the end of the day, it will probably be okay. Because it's all about miscommunication. Majority of the time it is. But majority of the time we can be all be adults. We all on the same path. Everybody on this live right now is on the same path. We all trying to make it. We all working full-time jobs. Everybody on this thing is working full-time jobs at the same time trying to do shit that will make us rich and successful. So give me a phone call. That's what I tell everybody that I know. If I offended you in any kind of way, call me. Call me. That's where it starts.
But see,
You
I've
gotta
I
say,
can't
already
do
hold
tried
on,
to
hold on,
nothing.
talk
hold
to
on,
you
hold on.
about it,
Before we
so
get
you
into
can
all of
call
that,
me.
before we get into
I don't
all
know
of
your number
that,
no more.
I was apologizing to Tamika. This going a whole different way. I
Yeah,
didn't
Oh,
even
yeah,
mean to
yeah,
bring
yeah,
you. Y'all come. I don't even know what y'all talking about.
I don't either. I don't either.
I
But we'll
I
talk.
was I was talking about for me. I ain't even mean. I wasn't talking about nothing that you said, Tim. Um, what's her name?
Timberly.
Kimberly, yeah, it wasn't nothing that you said. It just really touched on something that I was going to touch on anyway, because I am a real woman. So I know how to stand 10 toes down on what it is that needs to be corrected.
Mhm.
So, with all of us on here talking about how we're going to work together or we want to work together or whatever it is that was discussed, I can honestly say for on my end that if I have done anything, and this is totally towards Tamika, if I have done anything to offend you or because I really don't remember. Like that's how little and petty it is. Like I'm just gonna be real. But what I will say is I apologize to you, like for real. And I love you with the love of Jesus. Like at the end of the day, you were my girl before. So that's what I'm saying. You were my girl before. We did productions before. So a little bitty petty mess, girl, we passed that.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
man.
and so that's why I'm like, if we gonna be working together, let's go hash this out and show people that it can be done,
Yeah.
especially with Black women.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's big.
absolutely. I
That's
mean,
big. That's big.
Jasmine is, I mean, shoot, honey, I've been knowing Jasmine for a few years, honey. She know my baby and everything, so absolutely. I mean, I love you too, girl, and let's make this thing happen. Whatever happened. It's done with. It's been what, 7, 8 years? It's nothing to even talk about anymore, so we move on, we grow, we build, and we become millionaires.
All right, so since we being transparent, that gum Jasmine had to do it. Um,
Oh,
I wasn't gonna say this, and I know I'm gonna get fussed at about it. I know my wife gonna be the first one. So last, I hear her laughing in the back. Last Wednesday, y'all, I didn't say nothing to y'all because she asked me, "Did you tell the class?" I said, "Nah." Last Wednesday, well, last Thursday, I threw a fit. When I say I threw a fit, Mike, my work computer, I don't require much space when I work. I work from home. So I got a little table that my wife she don't use. I just put it up and she's sitting there talking to me and she knows me. She's like, Clint, you all right? And I'm content, I'm all right. And then she looked at me, she's like, man, you all right? I said, no. I said, man, I'm looking at the views. I said, I've been doing Clint Speaks for 2 years, man. Barely got sponsors, barely got views. I got more people peeking in and not saying nothing, which that's no problem. But at the moment, Mike, y'all, I was so ticked off, man, I done smacked the desk. And I'm glad I ain't knocked on folks' laptop off, but I'm talking about knock stuff off, and my wife just sitting there looking at me. And I'm saying, man, I'm tired. By now, Clint Speaks should be at a whole nother level. And I said, man, I'm done. I said, I'm not doing it. She's like, Clint, I don't think you need to stop. I said, I'm done. She says, not that I don't understand. She said, but Clint, a lot of people need you. I said, I'm done. When I say I'm done, I'm done. And I'm not doing this no more. I can't keep coming on here and there's 3 people looking. How am I helping anybody? Evidently, nobody's getting nothing out of it. So I went on that rant. Y'all, I can't tell y'all how many inboxes just my wife constantly, Clint, I'm not gonna bug you, but I don't think you need to stop. People telling me, man, look at your goat, sending me videos. I ain't even talked to him. And she asked me today or yesterday, she said, did you talk to the pound? I said, nah, I ain't tell him. Because I wasn't, had I not saw Mike Love respond to Shell, I saw Mike Love say something like, I'm with it, I'm with it. And I'm like, man, these folks talking. And I'm looking at the group chat, and Shell was like, hey, I think we need to get on this topic. Not knowing, man, I already want to do the topic. Not that I'm being stubborn. I'm honestly like, I'm through, man. Forget the lights, forget the camera, jabbing y'all, forget the laptop, all this stuff. If I'm gonna be logging on 2 years later and there's 4 people watching, man, I'm done. I don't want to waste nobody's time. And I got to thinking, I'm like, man, Tamiko talking about the dinner, baby is in my ear, like, respectfully, like, dude, you don't need to quit. But when she asked me, did I tell y'all? I said, no, I ain't said nothing yet. I just wasn't gonna go back live. I was just gonna answer calls one by one. No, I'm not doing it. Hey, I'm seeing people talk trash, get 40 views at one time. Not the people that's not looking. And here I am. I got 23 subscribers to YouTube. I have 4 or 5 people watching. Tonight has been very successful to me. And I was done, y'all. One thing about me, I'm never a quitter. At the same time, it's like if it's not working, I'm not gonna keep beating a dead horse. I'm looking at what's going on, not to throw this up in nobody's face in a negative way. I'm saying it in a positive way to see what Jasmine just did, Tamika just did. And I'm saying this happened not for my glory, but God's glory. It happened on Clint Speaks. Mike met me on a platform, came over here and talked. And I'm like, man, look at what just happened, man. We literally still making connections. People have gotten jobs. People have got money. And I told my wife, she said, well, look at all the things you're saying. And I said, yeah, but what about me? I don't get nothing. And I ain't talking about money. I'm saying, I just want the views. I just want subscribers because I want to give people jobs. I can't do it, Tamika, right now. And it hurts at times. So just being transparent, y'all, I was done. My wife, and I know she's been praying, and I'm looking at what y'all did. Man, it'd be hard to let this go, man, because every time I look around, something to me major is happening on here.
Yeah.
It's and I'm just being transparent. Jasmine them came on and used the word transparent, and I never talked to them about being transparent. Me and Nick and them did it all day. But when I'm asking y'all one by one, would y'all mind coming on? Tamika, no, just send me something. I got you on here. Man, like, look at what's happening, man. Like, I see it, but this is my transparent moment with y'all. I don't always have it together either, y'all.
Yeah.
And there have been people that are literally, I know, don't take this the wrong way. There are people I know will go to heaven because of what God spoke through me. They saved now. They're delivered now. They're healed now. I can't let that go now. It's like, man, people have asked my cousin who I ain't heard from in 2-3 years. Cool. Hey man, you doing the podcast thing? So, hey, I'm finna start doing it too, but I'm finna be real with them. Cool. Can you show me some stuff? Brought them in the house, man. Let me show you what I got. Everything.
Yeah.
Just out the blue, people want to know about. It's like, man. So y'all, I got to be transparent too, y'all. I really felt terrible last week to the point where I'm like, man, Clint Speaks, man, forget the shirts, forget all that stuff, man. If it ain't working, it ain't working. But y'all, I can't let this go, man. Like,
No, you can't. And I think that, Clint, I know that you are a man of God, and I know that, the Bible tells us that the steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord, right? And if this
It's
day,
bigger than
exactly, if this day right here, because the thing is, it's difficult for us to be able to walk in unity if there are discretions, if there's discord happening. Unity cannot thrive in chaos. And so the biggest key about this whole thing is we're trying to figure out how to build together. And in order for us to be able to build together, there are things that have to be healed. You are the catalyst to bring healing to this. And so that's what this platform is doing. It is healing, whether it's 4 people that show up, 35, 100 people. At the end of the day, someone is being healed through what God has given you to create. And if tonight was just for me and Jasmine, that's enough. I'm good with that, because God has a way of bringing things together, and He has a way of putting things in perspective and priority. And so, like you said, okay, can we do this together? Can we work together? Me and Jasmine, I love Jasmine. That's my girl, right? But we haven't talked in a long time. We had some issues that happened with the stage play, and I'm like her. I really don't know the complete details with it, and I know I was brand new to it. So when I was talking earlier about newbies, I was brand new to doing a stage play. I messed up. I made mistakes. I'm not afraid to say that, and the mistakes that I made, it affected people that were a part of it. There were things said, people said this. It was a lot. It was a whole lot going on. Great production, but at some point, people walked away hurt, right? And if we are going to walk this path together and we are going to create together, we have to be able to walk in unity. Because again, you cannot build, if you try to build a house on shaky foundation, it can't do anything but fall. And so this is laying out the foundation for the future, for what we can build, what we will build, and what we will create together. And so if God has placed you here to help lay that foundation, to help bring healing, camaraderie, unity, clarity, then so be it. Because that's exactly what I feel. I know for me, Jasmine, and anyone else that's involved, it's something that needed to happen tonight. And I think it's gonna pave the way for greater things to come.
And the piggyback off Tamika, the devil play games too. The closer you get to success, he coming. He gonna jump in there. It's the time, Clint. He feeling low. Let me go on kick him. Yeah, you ain't get too many views this time, and he gonna be down on that. Yeah, I'm almost got him. He about to drop it. The devil a lie. The devil is a lie, and he gets you when he feel like you at your lowest point, and then boom, that's my God. God cold blooded. That's why, and you know how I feel. But God is cold blooded. He like, nah, Clint, my guy. I can when you least expect it, he gonna tell you, I'm in this to stay. And the devil like, nah, he low. And then look, you did your show anyway, just off us talking. We didn't know what was going on. Rachel posts what she posts. You say y'all want to do it. I'm like, shoot, I'm in. I think Robert said, yeah, I'm down. I think Jasmine said, yeah, I'll do it. And then boom, we on the show. Here we go. And people tuning in, which I knew they was anyway. I remember riding in New Orleans. It's like 2 a.m. Don't nobody call you and tell you, Hey, you all right? I'm going to shoot emancipation. And I'm like, damn, ain't nobody called to check on me. It's dark. I'm going across that bridge. I'm like, Lord, please don't let me catch no flat tire. Cause I'm shit out of luck. You know what I'm saying? So as I get close, I'm going down these roads. I see all these lights and they set up in the middle of a field. I get out my car, I go into the restaurant. When I come out, Antoine Fuqua standing there. And we talk. We just talk about different stuff. Ask me what I'm doing at the movie, all that. So when we least expect it, he always show and prove. You got a purpose. I told you that. You know what I'm saying? And I know I'm gonna blow up. And I already told you get the first interview.
That's awesome. You know what's coming
So
to my mind is go ahead.
peace.
Please.
I'm gonna wait
I'm
after
gonna
you,
wait
Rob,
after you,
because
Rob,
you know
because
I'm
you know
Gooch.
I'm good.
So I'm just reminded that Jasmine came on. She had her aunt died. Timberland saying she's on tomorrow. She has a operation. We're gonna pray for you before you leave. And so life happens. And what happens is we don't acknowledge each other in the space that we're in when life is happening and how we should be interacting with each other, because the real issue is when we're talking offline before these shows, or when we're talking offline in the DM as a group, we're having so much fun that we can't even wait to get on the podcast to talk about what we're going to talk about. That's for us. And so most people don't understand that. And so what they're seeing is the relativity of the backstage stuff happening in front of people. And what I just want to reiterate is the power of purpose. You know, a lot of times, I think Charleston White said it when he was on Capitol Hill wearing a bow tie. Most people don't even know that he was on Capitol Hill wearing a bow tie. Most people don't know that he was bringing acts and trying to pass laws on Capitol Hill. Nobody knows, but he said as soon as he started being ratchet, guess what? Everybody started. He said he put a gold teeth in his mouth. He wore some gym shoes and a gym suit, and now all of a sudden everybody wants to watch him. And that's because that's what's celebrated in our community, and we have to become mindful that that's not something that we should be celebrating. And so what happens is, I think, in what you're talking about directly is what you're doing is quality shows, and those shows are affecting people's lives that can move the barometer for us as black families. And so yeah, look at 5 seconds after we said we're gonna work together, Jasmine and T healed each other. Timberland was talking to Chad about something cross thing. So we had to do this healing even before we can move forward. And that happened like in 30 seconds of the time span. And so this is the same thing that needs to happen in our communities. We still need to know our listen, I can't tell you I know two people on the other side, one person on this side, one person on this side, and a person across the street. When I was growing up, I knew everybody on my block, but I don't. And so it's these little small things that we have to come back to have quality in our life like we need it, so that the support that you need, Mike, when you're going across Alligator Bridge in New Orleans and you hoping not to get shut down because there's so many alligators there, that somebody's looking out. Hey, Mike, did you get across Alligator Bridge yet? And so that's the piece that we need. We need somebody to just rub elbows with us and understand where we are. And T, don't get off this podcast without one of us praying for you. Any of us can do it, but we want to pray for your operation tomorrow before you go, okay?
Okay,
Okay.
sure do. I'm
I
praying.
got to eat
So
before
now,
midnight, y'all. I'm
please,
sorry.
Oh, echo.
this Rob. So we're cleaning. You up here right here over here for me. I don't mean to be pointing at you,
No,
but
go ahead.
like we get lost in our passion because we misconstrue the supporters need to be there as strong as our passion sometimes. And I've lost my way a lot of times with my business, it could be further than what it is. I've managed multi-million-dollar businesses for over 15 years. It could
Mm.
be where it could be further than what it is, but I knew how to manage off their blueprint. They gave me the plan, the sauce for their stuff, and I ran it for how they wanted to run it. But when it's your own, you handle it differently. You take things more personally. I don't care how much we say business is personal; it should be separated. When it's your passion, you take things personal with business because you just want to handle people that way. You know what I'm saying? So with you, I'm gonna
Mhm.
flick this long hair behind my ear. It was a couple of weeks ago. It was a few weeks ago. I got on, and it was before we started. And I said, "Well, I'm gonna get off early because I had to be at work at 5 o'clock in the morning." And you was like, "Okay,
Yeah.
all right,"
Yeah.
but it was going so good, and I felt your energy. And you was like, "I know you gotta go, Shell." I said, "No, I'm staying." It's because I'm a firm believer, and you be loyal to those that are loyal to you. Even though I have my own platform with other speaking things, I I agreed to do this platform with you. I don't care if I have to get up early in the morning. I don't care if I have to cut the day short to come log in at 7:15. I gave you my word. This is what we're gonna do because I saw the passion in just the text in the inbox. And I was like, what? Okay. Because what resonated with me was for you not to been personal, let me been in a room with me, speak highly of my character, and we've only really known each other through this. We've interacted so much through this podcast. Like I told Jazzy, when your spirit when your spirit upsets the hell in other people, you're not gonna get what you think you deserve because that's the hell upsetting those people. And our world is driven off of drama. That's why reality TV has become so successful. It's off of drama. Reality TV is nothing but scripts. It's nothing real about it. I'm a reality person. I know it's nothing real about it. It's scripted. But we have made it such a high commodity, just as we have made everything else fake, a high commodity, booties, hair, eyelashes, whatever. We can make a whole human. We can build a human. Forget build a bird. We can build a human. A whole human out here. We can build them. When has a human ever needed to go get an oil change or fix a flat? Your booty gotta have fix a flat. What? Come on now. So you're only being attacked when something is in the recipe to taste good. Positivity never wins. It never wins. It never wins. It like the dynamics of the show, it was set up a certain kind of way, you know what I'm saying, at the beginning, because it was a certain dynamic there. But when the dynamics outweigh what you're trying to get, you get ceramic. Ceramic is breakable.
Mm.
You can break that. So you have a design, but you have to, it's a mosquito in here trying to bite me and he ain't gonna give me $40. But you have a design, okay? You have a design. And when your design is about to take off, it's meant to come and play mental games on you.
Yeah.
It's meant for that because trust and believe, you're not gonna get all your views in the live. We be doing one live for like 3 months. I ain't gonna lie, we be on here for like 3 months on one live. But so you ain't gonna get all the views in that one live. It's gonna come in the replays.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tell the truth, Sherman Devil.
Yeah.
I enjoy it. I enjoy it. Cause I enjoy it, but you're not gonna see the numbers that you really need to see if you focus on who's watching now. Because people who have seen me, they weren't in the numbers when I was doing the lives. It's people that even like Miss Hollis that's on here. I've never personally met Miss Hollis, but this lady always inbox me inspirational stuff. We talk about things, and you would think we know each other because she watches the videos and stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
I had to veer away from being so positive because I'm like, these people don't like good. I need to get on here and tell y'all my breath stinky. That's bad. Y'all gonna come into the live.
Can I add
You
something?
keep doing what you doing.
I appreciate
Yep.
that.
So, Clinton, and I think that us as Black people as a whole need to realize that when we are doing something, we have to be flexible. We have to find our community because it's people all over Twitter, all over Instagram. Like, where are the non toxic podcasts? You have to find those people that are looking for them. Because I'm going to tell you, I ain't never sat down and gave a Kevin Samuels, may he rest wherever he is, my time. I ain't never gave him my time because that's not my community. I'm not a part of his audience. I don't have time for mess. I gotta drink my water, my cranberry juice, my cherry juice, and mind my black business. And so when you're doing that, when you're doing that, as long as you know what the color of your business is and you're moving, there are a whole bunch of grown people. You just have to put yourself where they are. In business, it's called a SWOT analysis. You look at your strengths, you look at your weaknesses, you look at your opportunities, and you look at your threats, and you
Wow.
figure out a way to turn your threats into opportunities. You turn your weaknesses into opportunities. You turn your weaknesses into strengths if you can. But you're not going to be for everybody. So you got to find the bodies that you are for. And it's going to take a while. But if you still doing the same thing, expecting different results, that's the definition of insanity. So you got to move around. That's all it is. You got to move around. So what I would suggest you do, Clint, don't get shirts printed up on the front end. Don't do that. Have a Teespring account to where people can order and they make them as it's ordered and they pay you as it's ordered. That way you're not sitting up with a whole bunch of shirts in inventory and you looking at this stuff like, man, this is money right here, but you can't find the people. You haven't found them yet. It's this podcast, the most successful podcast on YouTube right now. It's called Kill Tony. It's comedians. And they not for everybody. They say some of the rudest and raunchiest stuff. It's funny sometimes. Sometimes they go a little too far for my taste. But there is this black comedian on there. His name is Cam. He used to always do his stand-up shows with rocks in his pocket. Now, because he has built the audience and he found his people, he has been going around buying a big bag of rocks from Home Depot and signing each rock and selling out rocks in every city he go to. And he's selling the rocks for the same price that he bought the bag.
Wow.
So it's all about what you can do to connect with your audience to make a more personal touch. And that's with everybody. And I'm not just talking to y'all, I'm talking to myself too. I'm going through rebranding with all my stuff because I realize where my strengths are. My strength is in my pen. But if ain't nobody witnessing what my pen doing, I'm just playing. And now I know that the right people are, checking for my pen, but I need everybody else to too. That's what's gonna make me a billionaire. Cause I'm not trying to leave off this earth without a beat.
Gotcha. And you know what? I'm just listening to y'all tonight. I look at everybody. Now, mind you, I say this at times. I'm not the most spiritual person. I done had people call me pastor and all this. Man, listen. Right now, we don't go there. But if you look at everybody in the Bible, I don't care whether it was Moses or Jesus. Man, those folks was like, man, this walk, it can be tough, doc. Even Jesus himself, like, Lord, if it be your will, let this cup pass from me. But he came right back and said, nevertheless, thy will be done. And it's like Mike said, I came under attack. It ain't cute all the time. And I think people see that. Not that they're wrong. People are not wrong with what I'm about to say. I think people see the positiveness, the positivity of me. And sometimes people don't think that the giants, the people that are praying, the people that are worshiping, the people that are standing in the gap for people, like they don't go through. Man, I be coming under attack. And I've told people at times, every temptation is not what y'all think. When you hear the word temptation, you're thinking about somebody else's wife or somebody else. It ain't always that. Temptation is not always somebody left their wallet out. Should I take it back to them or should I keep the little money? It ain't always that. Sometimes the temptation is to quit. Sometimes the temptation is to turn your back on God. It ain't even about doing anything illegal. And those are the attacks that I've come under at times. It's like, I feel good, awesome, tremendous about Clint Speaks. Awesome. But it'd be times where I'd be like, man, if these folks can come over here and talk about some grizzly bears and make 25 to 50 million a year, I haven't even asked for the money and I can't even get 25 views. I told my wife, I said, God got to do something. And she said, Clint, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you feel me?
No, I was gonna say something when you said finish, and I didn't know she was gonna talk. I'm sorry. Keep going, Pastor.
But I was looking at, for example, Joe Rogan. Yes, I did compare. He makes between 25 to 50 million. They don't know how much, but he don't make no less than 25 million a year. Talking about literally nothing, not putting his show down. But I'm saying, I have people telling me, dude, you got quality content. Quality. And I'm saying, yeah, but where's the reward for it? When I didn't want to say that because I didn't want people to take it like, oh, you just doing it for money. No. I'm saying I do want to see the finances, but it's more than just for Clint. I got a family, but I want to, if I'm going to have Mike jabbing them on, you do want to give them something. I'm saying I want to, when I had Nikki and Liddell on here, and they're still with me, but I'm saying, take them off the job. Let me be able to do, I don't know what Joe, I'm not putting that man down, I'm using him as an example. How is it that people escape hell in their life, get the blessing, get healed, and I'm sitting here on 10 views. So yeah, it did bother me at times. I'm like, I'm hearing it. And Jasmine, y'all, Tamika, y'all, it was for years I've heard people say, oh man, when I go to churches and stuff, I can't tell y'all how ticked off I was with prophets and prophetesses. How they would tell me, you got money all over you. I got so mad one time I asked the dude, I said, why are you and God in conversation? Ask him where my money is then. And the church was looking at me like, Clint, did you realize? I said, yeah. Why are you getting this revelation that I'm so wealthy? Why are y'all talking? You in the Most High, where's my money, man? And everybody's looking at me like, that don't sound right. I'm saying, but that's how I feel. Everybody knows I'm not a selfish person. They know I'm not materialistic, but I got so tired of people prophesying to me, telling me, hey, man, you this and you that. And I got to go to a job where you got people that are not looking like me that get put over me. And I'm saying, this is what I got to go through. So I'm telling my wife, Tamika, y'all, I said, listen, why is it that his people got to go through every freaking thing the hard way? Why I got to struggle, man? Like, not financially. I'm just saying, why has 2 years? This is what I'm looking at. But then I look at tonight, I'm looking at the richness and the wealth in y'all, what y'all bring to it. Now we got people reconciling. People have gotten jobs because of this. People have gotten money, raises, bonuses because of this. People have gotten healed from cancer because of this. I thank God for it. I don't give Clint no glory, but I'm saying, man, this is the joy. Yeah. What my wife was trying to tell me, and she knew I was listening to her. And that's why she's not beating me up tonight, because she's not that type of person and y'all not doing it. I'm saying I came under attack, like Mike said, and I got frustrated to the point where I'm smacking stuff. And that's what I do. And that's why I tell her, I don't even, right now, I just need my own space, man, because I'm not in the right frame of mind. I'm not at peace right now. And I don't want to take it out on nobody. Right. And y'all, I hurt. I didn't shed no tears. I'm saying, but on the inside, y'all, when I say I was hurt, man, I was hurt. Like, man, I put my all into it. Well, you don't go live but one night. Man, I put my all into this one night, man. Yeah. Well, some people may do, but I don't care what they do. This is what Clint doing. I sweat every time I log on to this. I'm giving everything. When I'm done, I'm either real hype, y'all, or I'm real sleepy. I do this for the love of it. I'm sorry. You said what?
I was gonna say something too whenever they finish.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, don't mistake those small doors because the small door, I had to tell this to a lady today at our financial institution. She wanted a SUV, but she got a Volkswagen car, and like she was pissed. You cannot mistake the small door, because right behind that small door is like the bigger door, like right there. And I think so many times we get so caught up in our minds of where we think we should be at that moment, when God is putting us and taking us exactly how we should go. Literally, like, this is so big. Like, I was not gonna come on tonight. Every time that I said I wasn't gonna come on, I've said that 3 times since we've been doing it, and I come on every time
Yep. Yep.
because of the loyalty. And you have to look at that. Look at your cast. Tamika could have got off when she saw me hop on.
Yeah.
Chad or whoever could have got off when they saw, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's the loyalty to Clint. And as long as your team has the loyalty, you gonna grow. When you have people behind you that are showing you like, this is what it is, you're gonna grow. This small beginning is nothing but setting you up for a big purpose. And like, the purpose is already big, but you're just not seeing it like with your worldly eye. You got to look at it spiritually, because this thing is huge and it's gonna be big. We've already talked about all of that.
Yeah.
Like, and the thing with prophecies is, I've gotten a lot of prophecies too and missed the mark because I didn't work. I was just sitting there like, oh, I'm gonna be a millionaire, and I'm going to sleep every night thinking I'm gonna wake up and be a millionaire, not putting the work in. And so now when I get them prophecies, I'm like, oh, okay, then let's get on the railroad. Let's work, because I got to put that work towards what
Yeah.
God has spoken. So you got this, bro. And you already know you do.
Yeah.
Like Mike said, you forgot to pray. I always, me and Lorenzo say this. It's almost like an open door for the enemy to sneak in when we forget to pray against certain things. So when things are going so well, we forget to pray like, Lord, please still protect my mind when they do get a little
Wow.
bit. When my views aren't showing how they are showing right now, Lord, help me to see that that's not what it's about. And so when we forget that, the enemy is like, ha ha, let me come on in and let him think that he ain't about nothing. You're doing great.
I appreciate that. I appreciate y'all.
And I was just gonna piggyback off of what Jackson was saying. You know, I don't say this a lot, but for the majority of my life, I've always dealt with like mental illness. I hate to even use the word illness, but depression, you know, anxiety and stuff like that. And I had to get to a place, because I was like that. It was like I would have these really, really, really high moments, and then these really, really, really low moments.
Yeah.
And I'm figuring out how to work out of it. But one of the things that that I always do, and I have, is 3 things I say every time I'm having those moments. I always say, I'm so happy and so grateful now that God is protecting me, God is promoting me, and God is prospering me right now, all at the same time, so that I can operate, function, and build in this season of manifesting miracles and millions. That's what. So even in those moments where I'm having those really, really big, because I had a moment like that last week. I was like, you know what? I'm just done. I'm done. I'm washing my hands with it. It is what it is. You know, one thing that I learned is that when God gives us something to do, we don't have the right to say no. And we have to always lean back on God. And I tell God all the time, God, I have real confidence. I'm like, Lord, look here. I'm ready to fight. I'm ready to cuss. I'm ready, you know, and I just have these real authentic conversations with God. Because one thing I do know, it's kind of like a car. When you go and purchase a car, you're not going to ask your cousin if the motor goes out. You're going to revert back to the owner's manual. You're going to revert back to the manufacturer. God is our manufacturer. We align ourselves with his owner's manual. So when we have in these moments, we always revert back to God. I remember I heard T. Jake say one time, he's been in ministry over 30 years. And he said when he got into ministry, he said there were times he was preaching with holes in his shoes. There were times when he was driving his car, he literally had to put plywood at the bottom of his car because he had holes in his car. He was saying there were moments where his light, he just finished preaching to thousands of people, and he would go home to his lights being off, water being off, children not having food. And he said that he kept going. And so the thing is even when you have those moments, acknowledge those moments, acknowledge it, because it's reality. That's your reality in that moment. So you have to acknowledge those moments. But the moment you finish acknowledging it, take a breather, take a break, and then get back up. Because it's not about whether or not you fall, it's about how and when you get back up. And so when we have those moments, it's okay for us to acknowledge it. It's okay to cry. It's okay to scream. It's okay to be frustrated. We are human, and it's okay. But after we do all of that, God, give me the strength that I need to complete the mission that you have placed in my hands. Because it's not even up to us. It's not up to us. When God commissions us to do something, this is for someone else's life to be blessed, someone else to be healed, someone else to be set free. And so my prayer is always, God, help me to complete the mission the best way that I can. And in the moments when I'm not at my very best, I ask that your presence would step up, and your presence would be the face of what it is that you have given me to do. So I want to encourage you, Clint. I know that those moments are real, and we all have those moments. But in those moments, just understand that God commissioned you for this season. God placed it in your hands. He trusted you enough to give you Clint Speaks, because he knew that whatever it is that he entrusted in your hands, you would do to the best of your ability so that healing could take place. And tonight was just a testament of what God has placed in your hands.
Wow.
Now the doors of the church is open.
Man, listen.
Doors of the church is open.
Hey, Mike, listen.
Let me go to my cash app.
Anyone who comes, anyone who will come to the altar and lay your burdens upon the Lord.
Listen, for anybody that was confused about that scripture, y'all, that text of scripture where Paul was telling the women that he permit not the women to speak at the church. He was basically, that just confirmed, he was basically talking about those women at that time, those women at that particular church. Because some people felt like, now just give me like 60 seconds. Some people look at that scripture and say women shouldn't be talking, they shouldn't be ministering, they shouldn't be preaching. Listen, I've always said, if the woman don't say nothing, man, a lot of these congregations are in trouble because the men ain't doing nothing. And tonight I'm listening to Tamika, Timberlake, Shell, Jasmine. Man, Mike came with it, but I'm saying that just proves what I was telling one brother. No, he was talking to those particular, they was keeping up mess at that particular church. I think it was Corinth. But anyway, they was keeping up mess. They wasn't talking about everybody or every local body. Because
can I make a point?
Y'all brought it tonight. And I didn't want to say nothing because I'm like, I don't want nobody. Here it goes, me being transparent. Y'all know I'm finna be 49 this year, so I'm not a little boy. I'm a grown man, and I believe I'm doing adult stuff.
49 where?
49. So
where?
I appreciate it. I tell people, if I look younger than 49, I owe it to God and laughter, because that's my personality. I love to laugh, but I have to give God glory. I don't ever want to take his glory. But I was like, man, if I say this to the cast, to my folk, man, they're gonna be talking to me. And I said, I don't even want to hear, I'm just in my flesh at the time, but I'm saying this within. But De'Ara even confirmed, you need to hear this, man. I don't mind nobody talking to me, ministering to me, encouraging me, because I love to do that with y'all. This is the real reason why I wanted to do Clint Speaks. I wanted to touch lives, and I wanted lives to touch each other. And it's happening right in front of me. And I was the one that said, Jasmine, Tamika, y'all, man, forget the views. If one person can be touched every Wednesday, my job is done. And I lost sight of that last week. I had more than one person looking, but it bothered me because I'm looking at 2 years, 2 years, 2 years. Now I done been to certain churches. I done been told you'll never get this mic again. I'd have had people to tell me stuff, man. It's like, man, really? I thought you needed help. I'm here to help. Y'all asking where the men at. So I said, well, hey, I can plug this mic up, turn this camera on anytime. I ain't got to ask nobody nothing. And I can bless as many souls as God gives me. And it just got me last week, y'all. It was just one of them things, man. My wife knew it. She said, man, listen, if you just need to take a break, Clint, that's cool. But don't quit. Because quit ain't even in me, y'all.
I just want to say good night,
yeah, come on, Tim. Oh, Jasmine, I'm sorry.
Good night, y'all.
Hey, we finna get off.
Night,
Jasmine.
Good night.
Jasmine, if you don't mind, stick with us for 2 more minutes. Robert, if you still on,
I'm on.
please go ahead and pray for family so we can get
Let
off.
us pray. Dear kind and gracious Heavenly Father, we appreciate who you are, Lord. We know that you are the author of everything that happens in our life. But sometimes, Lord, there's times that because we've stepped in, we need you to come in and edit for us. We thank you for Jasmine. We ask that her family, as they've lost their aunt, that she would continue to be a stronghold there. And even as she jumped on that night, and even as she holds her little one right now, we thank you for the loyalty that she gives to the show. And Timberland, we ask, Lord, that you would bless her, that she's able to balance being bi-coastal in America, working on 2 television shows, but at the same time may have to go under the needle and the scalpel tomorrow. We ask that as she's doing that, that you would have your angels around her and make sure that she's protected so that the doctor who is there is focused, so that the nurses who are there are focused, so that they can make sure that she comes from behind that needle and that scalpel alive. And that she knows that we are fervently praying for her tomorrow during that time, that we will be looking for her to give us a report that she's okay. And so, Lord, we claim the victory in these situations. And Lord, there are some things that are unnamed that we're all going through. And I want to make sure that you know that even though we haven't spoken of those things, we're going through them. And we know that you have the ability to come and heal them. This is what we ask for. This is the power that we stand on in your name, Jesus. Amen.
Amen. Before you go, Tommy, I'm a big fan of that, man. That's a dope. I love y'all. Mike, love you, man. Timberly, love you. Robert, love y'all. Y'all enjoy y'all's night. Enjoy the rest of y'all weekend. And again, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good night, y'all.
Good night.
Much love.
Look, she knew she blocked you.
Timberland, I'm not your friend on Facebook. Can you hit me?
I can't wait. Hold on. Oh my God! Wait, man, hold on. Wait, girl, look, I'm up here crying at the most of Chubby. Jasmine,
Tamika. Tamika, when you get out, please inbox me because I may be able to help you just outside. I'm a product of mental health illness. I've been in 30 years.
Okay, yes, ma'am, I sure will. And I'm just sitting here, I didn't even know Jasmine had a baby. The baby's, I feel like an aunt that ain't seen her babies in forever. Oh my God. I'm just like, I'm literally just sitting here crying because I'm just so full.
Y'all, hold on. Funny fact. Me and Tamika was mad as hell at each other on the night of the play, but baby, I played that role.
Yes, you did.
Loyalty.
I was there. Yeah, I was there.
And did.
Yeah.
All right,
Professionalism.
Okay. Y'all have a good one.
All right, y'all.